Yo, what's up, everybody? We survived the freeze. I know I did. And I ate the shit out of the driveway twice. When I walked outside because I had cabin fever.
I'll take a badge of honor. I did not fall one time.
Yeah.
Wow.
I fell twice.
You guys, you didn't slip
in 2 days.
Wow, y'all didn't slip on a little bit of snow.
I wore these new Under Armours that are actually had really good rubber grip. They actually did pretty well. So
yeah. Wow. So
quote Under Armour.
After a day or so, I had super cabin fever. I had to get out of the house. So I'm like, you know what? I put my ski pants on, put my snow boots on, went outside, went to the sidewalk. And then as I'm over here taking baby steps going down the driveway, and I go, whoa, almost ate it.
See, that's where you messed up.
And then 10 seconds later, bam. I heard.
Let me give you a northern tip. Let me give you a northern tip that I gave my son.
Wait.
Wow.
See, this could have been completely avoidable. Let me give you a Yankee tip.
What's up, Yankee?
Don't walk the sidewalks. Walk the ground next to the sidewalk.
Even your son knew that when he did the thing with the cardboard. Even he knew to walk up
never
on the
walk
grass.
the concrete. Walk in the grass.
Yeah,
no. He
or did
was
you tell him to do that?
At first, he tried to walk the driveway, and I have a steep driveway. That's what sucks too.
Yeah,
and when I told him to come,
that makes it even worse.
and I told him, it's like, hey, it's like, don't try to walk it because you're gonna slip and fall. You're gonna smash your face in. It's like, get on the grass, and then he learned pretty quick, like he did, right? No, not Daddy. Daddy's like, I'm gonna go down on my own and like down the driveway.
But not Daddy.
Not Daddy. Daddy's gonna take little baby steps, like little shuffle steps, and then bam.
You deserve that one. Then you deserve that one. At least
the worst could happen if you get muddy shoes. If you walk the sidewalk, you just gotta break something, including you're embarrassed.
Now, for me, listen. So FYI, folks, since we just started Mid Cavo when the show started, even though we did say hello, everybody.
Hello.
What happened was, the East Coast got hit with the snow, and so did Texas.
I'm getting hit again too.
And we're about to get hit again with some cold.
Even my beloved North Carolina is getting hit. Really?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Wilmington, 5 to 8 inches. That doesn't happen.
All the warm areas is getting some snow, and y'all are not used to none of that.
We're not getting the second round. It's like, and it's going north. It's weird, man.
Mm-hmm. So what happened was, at least out here in Jersey, where I'm at. Yeah, it's nice, right? But at least out here in Jersey, where I'm at now. I remember posting a video the last time I had to shovel snow just before I moved out and sold my house, right? I had a driveway that wrapped all the way around my house.
Your mansion,
right?
In PA.
My house and the guest house. When I sold the house, no, not at no shots at all. No shots at all.
Because I took a shot at him when I know what picture he's talking about. And
I'm not. Nope, not at all. Not at all.
Okay,
not at all.
Okay. All right.
So my driveway used to wrap all the way around my house, and at the apex of the U-shape.
I remember this photograph, by the way. I do remember this.
The guest house. No, it was a video. Yeah. It was a video. So
I remember this.
I shoveled my driveway, and I was super out of breath. I sound super out of breath, like an old ass dude. Yeah. Hey, pause, yo. Hey, yo.
I didn't think he caught that.
So I heard everything. I'm nearsighted, not deaf, but I got glasses on, so you ain't fucking with me. Anyway, what happened was, so I was like, man, this is the last time I'm ever gonna have to shovel snow ever again. Because where I am now, I knew we pay somebody here to shovel the snow, right? Mm-hmm. But even in the house I was at for 6 months, right? It was just a little thing of snow that was not gonna be a big problem anyway to shovel. Plus, it was just all rocks. It wasn't paved or anything outside the door, right? The house I was renting afterwards. So when I came here, we're paying somebody to shovel the snow or whatever, but it's a lot of powder. No, it was supposed to rain, ice, like sleeting rain or whatever, like some freezing rain on top of it, but it didn't happen. So it's been all powder, right? It's still cold as fuck. Like at nights, it gets down to like 7, 9. It's been like that since, even before the snow, right? It's been like that. Tomorrow night is going to be 3 degrees low, and the highs is going to be like 18. Tonight it's going to be 6, and the high today was 24. Right,
the lowest we got was 9 in this snap that we had.
Yeah, so you guys got a little cold snap here and there. You guys got some snow, but not too crazy for what it could have been. Y'all had worse time before.
Could have been worse.
And see, this round, it could have been worse because this round of cold that we got wasn't even windy at all. Like no huge gut. It was just steady. It was just steady.
steady snow. Yeah, it was just a dump of
supposedly.
snow.
Started out as
over a long amount
freezing
of time.
rain, and then started out freezing rain, and then it
Oh, it
just
started
and
as
then it
freezing
just
rain. Oh, that's
changed
not
Shit.
good.
sleet. Yeah.
Because I
Well,
would go
and see,
outside. I'm like, dude, this is nice.
that's why it took a while to melt. Not to mention that our temperatures were not that far above freezing for first couple of days, but because you had about 2 or 3 inches of sleet and snow on top of like an inch of ice. So, in order for that sleet and snow to melt, you got to get through that inch of ice to melt off first. So that's why it took a while. My kid's going back to school tomorrow. It'll be the first day back.
Oh wow, mine
So
went back today.
I wish mine went back today, but we live in Weatherford, which is 30 minutes outside the city. So country roads and all that, they don't have a lot of sleds or or trucks for. So main roads were fine. I went out of my mom's or my mom. I went out in my wife's car because I wasn't taking the truck out there.
Mm.
And
Wait. What? Why would you take a car instead of a truck? Did you just say it backwards?
No,
Something by accident and
no.
not realize? What?
No, I don't take a truck unless I have weight on the back end of it. Otherwise, you're just asking for
Slipping and
trouble.
sliding,
And I didn't
yeah.
have, that
Okay,
back end.
okay,
That if
okay.
you're driving a truck with no weight, and even my neighbor, he drove his truck, he almost got stuck, and he said he had 600 pounds in his thing. He says it wasn't good.
Nice.
The
not nice at
car, the little Honda that we have, believe it or not,
Mhm.
actually rides pretty well in ice. It's gone through 3 ice storms that we've had it, and I've never had.
Nice.
I mean, it's got stuck once or twice, but you get it out of, you put it in reverse, back it up, and get out. But I've never slid into a ditch. It's always handled because it's low to the ground,
Mm.
And plus,
Well,
I've
cool.
experienced. Oh, I have experience driving. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now. The funniest thing, sick. I'm going to tell you right now. If you want to see funny shit,
Come out here and watch some
go
drive
down
on
to
ice.
Texas when there's an ice event.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna discount it. Okay, the Panhandle, they know their shit because they get that
Yeah.
shit all the time, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking from North Texas down to Houston to Austin and even San Antonio if they barely get any. But if they do get any, these yahoos don't know what to do in
They
ice.
don't.
They are
They don't.
literally,
That's what I was
it's like
saying.
living in Vegas and watching it rain. They are is out of their element. They don't know how to drive in it. They don't know how to do a snowman. They don't know how to, dude, you want to get in a snow fight? Fight with a Texan. Why? Because that snowball will dissipate before he even hits you. They're trying to pad a snowman together. And I'm like, you don't pad a snowman, you roll a snowman.
You
Come
gotta
on.
roll a snowman.
You
but they
roll it.
don't do none of
These
that.
yahoos don't know anything. It's like out of their element.
Man,
It's bad.
man, the get back that a northerner like me loves to get, right? Where they love to talk about us not knowing how to do nothing. But look at the shit they don't know how to do. I just love the sound of it. But you're a fellow.
Well, I'm gonna tell you
northerner.
the silliest thing I saw one time. This happened. This wasn't Uri. This was a ice storm that we had
Uh,
in 2011 because I was still working
The
at the
Super
American
Bowl.
Airlines Center.
The Super Bowl
So,
one.
right, the Super Bowl one. And I was working at American Airlines Center, and we still had a Dallas Star game. So I had to drive from Weatherford to Dallas, which is about a hour drive. And it ended up being an hour and a half or 2 hours in the ice. So I had to drive ice back and forth. I was coming back from the Dallas Stars game, which, by the way, screw the Stars for even having the game there because there was only like 3,000 people there. It was ridiculous.
wow.
So I drove back. It was late at night. They were about to shut down I-20 west of Fort Worth. And
Wow.
I swear to God, this is what I'm talking about. Texans don't know. They get off the main highway they go off the highway. They don't get off the exit. They go through the little side off the shoulder.
The feeder.
Yeah, like it's like and they're already driving in this little ditch to get up, which is stupid anyways.
Right.
This guy's driving a truck. He gets stuck in between the access road, which is not any better than the main road.
Oh, you talking about the grassy area?
Yeah, the grassy area. He gets stuck, right? He's got a 4x4. He thinks he can do it. He gets stuck. I kid you not, sick. This guy gets halfway out of his truck, puts his left foot on the ground,
Like he's gonna
And he's
push the
trying
truck.
to push it, yes. And he's trying to put it like a rock. He's
my
putting it, and I'm
God.
like, dude, you got like a 3,000, 4,000 pound truck. You ain't doing jack with your left foot. I swear to God, sick. This guy who kept doing it. I'm like, are you
Why
kidding
didn't
me?
you film it? Put it on YouTube.
Dude, because I'm
Bruh.
on ice, man. I'm not doing this because I'm zipping in and out between 18 and like 18 wheelers
Oh.
are stuck on this highway, man. I'm going around them, right?
Oh, okay. You were
They
dipping and
literally
diving
shut the
yourself.
highway down right after I got home. I got lucky because I would have because my mom's like,
there's
"What are you
like-
gonna do?"
there's
And I'm
only
like,
that
"I'm
one
gonna stay
highway,
in my
that's it.
truck." Yeah, it's I-20. That's it. And yeah, I will never ever forget that.
Dude.
Yeah.
That
No,
reminds
we
me
call
of what
that
we
that
did on the
year.
highway.
That same year you're talking about, 2011, is when my son was born.
Yeah.
And he was born on the like January 30th is when he was born. So that's when it came in like really bad, right?
Yeah.
And we
yeah.
always joke with him. It's like, you're the ice son. You brought the storm. That's a bad sign that you.
My oldest son
Wow.
was born during the snowstorm too. It was because he was
Wow.
born in February. My wife told me I wasn't there, but my wife told me my oldest son was born during a snowstorm.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
man.
So,
I
so what
mean,
you're saying about the highway though reminds me. I remember winter of 05. I went to Northampton, Pennsylvania. That was the college I went to, Northampton. So I had a class, but we knew there was going to be a snowstorm not too long after the class, right?
Mm-hmm.
So waiting on my brother to finish his class, right? I had a what was that? Oh my God, I can't even remember the name. But you remember when they had that car when they first did the ad in the 90s where they put all the wine glasses on it and it ran. But then later on they had that other car. They were like, oh, we could do it too.
oh,
That one.
I
That one.
had
That
totally
was the car I
forgotten.
drove.
I had totally
That was
forgotten
when
about
I
that until you said something. I would have never even thought of that.
Okay, I don't even remember the name even. That was one of the cars I had. Okay, but anyway, so that was what I had. I was driving at the time. So I'm waiting for my
Not
brother.
dating
He had a
yourself.
class.
Anyways.
So I was I'm waiting for my brother. So I know the storm is just the snow is just starting to fall. So I'm waiting for him to hurry the fuck up. You know, I get in the t-shirt, hurry up, we need to get out of here. Like, and it's going, and the snow is and the storm is going, if you know, from west to east. And Northampton is west of where we are in East Stroudsburg, right?
You're
So
at the Hamptons? Oh, you're so fancy.
the Poconos.
There's a place
So
like Martha's Vineyard.
nah, that's I think that's Long Island or whatever. But anyway,
Yeah, but
so
still. How rich you are.
so anyway, so whatever. So like he finally gets there and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna drive. I said, all right, cool. Hey, bro, whatever. You taught me to drive. Hey, who am I gonna argue, right? So we're driving, and we're seeing cars, bro. Just like you say, we're weaving between 18 wheelers, all types of cars who the drivers just don't know what the fuck they're doing, bro. And I'm looking and I see the snow, like the storm. At first, we were ahead of the storm, right? Because when the snow first began to fall and I was getting all antsy about that, that's when my brother shows up, right? So I'm like, bro, let's go now.
What's up,
let's
guys?
go
What's
now.
going on?
Right? And drive ahead of the storm. Right? And drive ahead of the storm and
Damn,
get
it sounds like the movie Greenland.
and
Trying
I
to
swear
escape.
to God, right? So we start on the highway and eventually I see like the wave of like where the storm, where there was no, where the air, there was no snow falling to the snowfall, like, and it's like at first chasing us. Like it's like a wall almost, right? It's like chasing us and it's getting closer and closer and closer. Like it's going faster than we are. And we were doing like 65, 70, right? And everybody was doing pretty good. Like everybody realized I guess, like everybody was in the same mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go quick, don't be stupid, stay in your lane, let's go forward, right? The road generally goes east, right? But eventually it catches up with us and it surpasses us. Then the snow starts to accumulate more and more and more. So now people are not knowing what to do. And bro, we're weaving in and out of that shit, bro. Like just like you were saying, there was 18 wheelers, SUVs, all types of shit, bro, all over the place. Like motherfuckers didn't know what to do. And there was a log of some kind, like one of those like the size or shape so it's square, like a post or whatever, that was in the middle of the road. And I told my brother, hey, look out, but he couldn't swing out in time and there was no road because of other people in the lanes. So we drove over it.
Ooh,
right?
Did you go slow
like,
motion? Like, no.
In my mind, it really did. But yo, we kept going, and it seemed like everything was cool, right? All right, cool. So we're going. Then we get to town. Now we're driving slower, and I'm like, oh, dude, I do think the tire popped in. Oh shit, which it did, but because we were going so quick on the road, like it never really got to deflate,
Right.
And so it was cool up until we got to town, where now we're not in highway speeds. Now we're, doing 30, 40, whatever. And he lives up on a like a hill where it's like really we got to go up these winding roads up higher in altitude to get to where he lives.
Where all the peasants are at the bottom of the hill, aren't they?
Apparently, not too far away, Biggie Smalls' mom's who passed not too long ago, R.I.P. to her. She lived not too far away, and in hindsight, I realized I had met her and didn't realize that was her till afterwards. But
I remember that. You were telling me that when that happened.
Yeah,
celebrity friends there.
Yeah, last year, whatever. I didn't know
No,
that.
he did say that when she died. He goes, "Oh, I didn't know she was still alive." I remember him telling me that.
Yeah. So so we had run over that post or whatever it was. I was in the middle of the road. Maybe it fell off of somebody's car or whatever, or truck or whatever. I don't know what the fuck. But yeah, and I popped the tire. But bro, that reminds me of what you were saying when you was just driving through the road, and that's why you didn't have the phone on one hand trying to take pictures of this other dude. No, you was focused on the road. You did the right thing. Never
story just to say that.
Yes.
You know what's funny? It's funny. There was we had an ice storm. We had another ice storm on Christmas, or it was Christmas Eve or Christmas one year. But it was one of those. See, so in Texas, well, before Uri, usually you get a thing of ice. It melts the next day, and you're probably like 60 degrees. 36 hours from now, and most of it's melted,
and it's gone.
That's what happened with this, and it never fails. Like, and if you ever drive after a snowstorm or an ice storm, just go out, and it's literally, especially out here, it's like literally looking at a car graveyard of all the wahoos that try to get off the. They end up in the ditch, or they try to get off the highway to go on the access road, which is the stupidest thing. I tell people all the time, why would you get off the main highway where you got so many cars that are, warming the roads, you're crushing the eye, you're crushing the, it's getting worn down. Like kinetic energy wears down ice. It's not, you learn about it in grade school. Why would you get off that road, go through, sometimes you can get through it if you got a good 4x4, but a lot of times you don't. And you're going to go through this little ditch. You get off on the shoulder to get on an access road that is in worse shape than the main highway. I never understand why people think that's a good idea.
But people are stupid.
They are.
Duh.
But you know what though? I people up north. There are plenty of stupid people up north because you would think that people that live up there that would know how to drive, but never fails. You'll see like that. There was a video that came out this last week where cars were just piling, and that's what I warned my son. I said, son, if you ever get into an area and you see a bunch of cars pile up, just slow down and turn the other direction because you ain't making it either.
Yeah.
I always see these videos of these cars driving, and I know they can see the pile of cars in front of them like a quarter mile. Oh, I'm going to be different. I'm going to make it through. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not. Just slow down. Don't even try it.
I can make it through.
I can make it. No, you can't.
I'm better than those guys. Those guys are stupid.
Now, they're showing videos here of people. There's a highway. There's a freeway that goes. It cuts through downtown Dallas.
Oh, the one where they have races on there.
Rogers, whatever that part.
Yeah,
that one's up. So it's on an incline too.
Yeah.
And so you got all these idiots just have to be on the road, right? They just got to get outside. They got to be somewhere, knowing that this is happening. I mean, you might as well just stay home, and postpone whatever plans there was, right? But they got to get out there, and sure enough. Their cars don't have tractions. There's no, whatever snow wheels. So they're just going up and sliding right back down.
so my wife had an emergency 3 days ago. We were out of cheese. We were out of cheese.
That's it.
Like, if you're Mexican, you're out of cheese. That's not good. Yeah, it's not good at all. Yeah.
Okay.
So she's like, "You're from Michigan. why don't you go out there and go get us some cheese? And I'm like, I am from Michigan, and I know not to get on the road unless I absolutely have to.
So
I think we could go a couple days without cheese.
We ran out of milk and eggs.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And
We had plenty of
I
eggs.
think this was like the second day. It was like really bad, right? And so it was one of those days. I was like, hey, I'll walk. So it's like, it's like if it's open, it's open. Because Walmart's just down the street. I could walk to Walmart.
That's nice.
And so I walked towards that way, and sure enough, it was open. I didn't think they were going to be open. And
Right.
So yeah.
I just
H-E-B
happened to
was
walk
open,
and
yeah.
like, all right. But I see all these people trying to drive, and I live on a hill too. You can't get away from the hills where I'm at. And so they're you just see the people just sliding down. It's like, just walk, man. It's like, what's the rush? And you need your car for? Just go get what you need and come back. So I got 2 bags of stuff. Like, hey, I'm here. I might as well get everything I can right now and just bring it home.
You know what the worst city to live in during an ice storm would be?
Antarctica?
Seattle.
Oh,
Have you ever been to Seattle, man? It's like San Francisco, how hilly it is.
I've
It
been
is
there once,
like
but I don't remember.
45. Yeah, it is bad. Like, I mean, if you're a native over there, you must have big calves because it is like all hills and it's like crazy. And I'm like, what do y'all? I can't imagine because they get snow. And I'm like, I can't imagine what y'all do there. I mean, y'all must shut everything. And they joke about us shutting everything down, which is true. Because we just don't, we have like one truck. You go to Detroit, they got a fleet, man. You go to, Michigan, they got even the small towns got like 5 trucks, okay? Like you got a truck like per capita, 1 out of every 100 people. You get in Texas, it's like 1 out of every 130,000. Right. It's like, we don't have fleets that up north does. So it's just stay home, man.
So you know what? Folks are dumb, but folks are kind of pragmatic at the same time sometimes. And I'm not saying my girl is dumb. She is not. But
to me, what pisses me off is that this is what we're going through, right?
Yeah,
it's bad.
Right?
The roads are bad. It's pointless to go drive, but you still go. Like why?
Yeah, like a dummy. Right. So, okay, load up this picture and put it on the screen. So I'm going to tell this story real quick. Yo, check this out. So Friday, right? Last week, Friday, I told my girl from the week before, we all knew the snowstorm was coming well before, right? And I was telling her, listen, make sure you go to the store and stuff and stock up on whatever you need before Friday. She's like, yeah, okay. I'll make sure I do that.
Do whatever I want.
But no,
she didn't. What to do.
She went
an independent woman.
Friday night after work. She'd work at 5. Yeah, I take the subway back to where she lives. Takes about an hour. So by like 6:15, what time is it when she sent me this?
I don't know, dude.
6:24. 6:24, she sends me this picture, right? Shelves bare. She was like, I asked her, dude, was the toilet paper gone too? She's like, yep. I said, oh, you ain't looking for toilet paper. She was like, yep. I'm like, you have toilet paper at home though, right? She's like, yep. I'm like, okay.
I gotta have
Texas like that. If we get any sniff of snow, it's like that, man. It's like 2-week blizzard, and I'm like, God, man.
Mm-hmm. And it's only for a day. Like, it's only
for a day.
Because most of the time when we get hit with this, we'll get a cold snap. You might get one day, and then the next day it'll be like 60 degrees, and it all melts off, right?
Right.
And it's like, but these guys, where's the water at? And they'll take like 420 or 440 packs, and they get like eight loaves of bread, and it's like, it's like, geez, man, what do you got? 16 kids you got to feed? No, just me and the missus. And I'm like,
Yep. That's the thing about it. It's ridiculous.
Toilet paper. You thought it'd be COVID again. You thought it'd be COVID again, Tech. I go to HEB, all the toilet paper's gone.
Yeah, it reminds me of COVID, bro. That literally reminds me of COVID. That's why I had to show you guys that. That's ridiculous right there.
Is that what happened down in Houston? Realist? You guys go berserk?
He's here? Oh shit, he's here.
Yeah, well, it's different down here, bro. Y'all have some semblance of a winter every year.
That's why I like it up here.
When
it gets cold,
it was Houston was shut down on Monday. That's how that went.
You know what usually happens? Like North Texas will get like some ice or snow, and then Houston will get like a tornado.
New York was shut down on Monday though. Like there was school on Monday, and let me tell you, the New York City Board of Ed is notorious for not giving fucks. You going to school unless it's a true emergency, right?
There was
Yeah.
a video. Someone put a video on Twitter. It was like back in when we were kids, and I forgot what movie he was pulling. It was a guy going ham in his school bus driving through the snow. Like back when we were kids, you're going to school.
School, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Nowadays they shut everything down.
Wakey, time for school.
Yeah.
No.
No, my younger son will steal my wife's phone, and when the text came in about the school closure, he'll like run to mom like, we don't have school tomorrow, because he read the text message that came in.
My son, Mom Donnie was all about that. He was like, Monday, probably not, but Tuesday, man, he like Monday night or afternoon even. He was like, bro, and you know the city, we used to it. I
thought we were going to get a late arrival yesterday, but no, they said no. So
yeah,
I was like, okay, well, better be safe than sorry.
It was all cleaned up. It was all cleaned up.
Well,
now he's got to go tomorrow, and he's whining.
All I played was a bunch of God of War because I want to get done with that game. I'm not.
Nice.
I'm not even close to it. So,
are you playing the first one or Ragnarok?
Ragnarok.
Okay.
Ragnarok. All right. Cool.
I really shouldn't say the first one, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
God of War, because they call it God of War again, even though they should have called it something else. You know,
the reboot or whatever. I don't know.
My older son, he's like, "Hey, what are you playing?" I was like, "Oh, it looks like you're playing God of War." And my son goes, "Boy."
Yeah, dude.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows. Never even played the game, and I know it.
Yep, everybody knows that meme. Boy.
So that's how I survived the snowstorm.
Who you say that to?
Is watching or not watching, but playing God of War Ragnarok. Not bad. I don't know what people are bitching about. It's pretty good.
Who was bitching about that game?
Oh, yeah, whoever bitched about that game.
Oh, just because of the boy in there, and now he's gotten soft and dad.
That was just a meme. That's all that ever it was.
I don't think most people weren't bitching about that game though.
Yeah. So I mean, there is one thing that people have been bitching about.
What's that?
So all this earnings call about Microsoft, right?
Talking about the couch financial analysts. They always
right. Yeah.
I call them flea market CEOs.
Right, like AI and everything else ain't a whole big problem that's driven all this money. But yeah, let's talk about how Xbox is dead again. Not that Xbox didn't have, it's not a good look for what was going on. But come on, we've seen worse out of them. You know what I'm saying? Not saying here nor there, but I'm not the financially educated individuals amongst us. So what you guys think? What's up? Realist, what you think, bro? What's your analysis of what's going on?
He's playing softball.
I think if you give me 5 minutes, I'll be done with the French fries. But
you put the fries in the bag, bro.
look, I read when you put me up to it, I read about it. Ain't nothing happened, bro. They're making money all the way around.
Yeah.
And they have a 5% decrease in Xbox.
Yeah.
They still made $5 billion in revenues in that quarter.
They went down 5% year over year. It's like, but they're still making money.
I mean, you look at just look at the arena we're in, right? Okay, gaming and nerddom. So we're gonna magnify 5%. We're gonna make 5% sound like Xbox is dead, but everything else is up with Microsoft. Right, except for that and search.
Yeah.
Now, if there's anything Microsoft wants to be concerned about, it's search. You know what I'm saying? But
Bing should have been concerned about that.
With Bing,
investors weren't happy though, and I know why they weren't happy.
Of course not.
The investors weren't happy with what?
They weren't happy with Microsoft though, and I understand why.
Why?
But that's another technical. Why? Because Because the one thing that I will say that doesn't look good on Microsoft, they did beat expectations, which is good, but their stock still took, I think, like 11% hit today.
Now's a good time to buy stock.
It's actually been taking a hit. It's been taking a hit for the last year, so I think they're down like 16% overall. But the reason why is because they're not being. the complaints of what they do with Xbox numbers, they're doing with the AI spin. So when you have Satya saying that they're making 50 billion, cloud making 50 billion based on the heels of AI, that's fine. However, they're not telling you the total cost of AI and comparing it against it, and that's not.
But that's not factored in though.
It should though, and that's what investors are looking at.
No, it shouldn't. If it should, then they would do it.
No,
it's just
no,
like
you
sound like a pony saying that they need to say how many consoles they sold.
I sound like
because
a guy
investors
who
want to hear about it.
I sound like a guy who works for one of their competitors that's doing the same thing.
Who's the competitor doing the same thing? You don't work there.
Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon.
Look, they're all gonna do what they need to do to make it sound good, but nobody's
true.
invested because of Xbox.
No.
Right? And then you said they're mad because of the cloud, but it's up.
No. They're not mad because of cloud. They're mad.
Or
well,
AI.
They're mad because cloud has slowed down.
Yeah.
But Satya is trying to spin this in a way that is not truly. It's not. What's the word I'm looking for?
You want to say forward facing?
It's not transparent. It's not fully transparent, which, by the way, that's been some of the complaints about Xbox in the past too, because they don't release all the information.
No investors care about Xbox, bro.
That's not what I'm saying. I was talking about the Microsoft as a whole. I wasn't comparing about Xbox.
What I'm saying is anybody that brought up Xbox's numbers was a PlayStation fan.
Oh, yeah,
because nobody's invested in Microsoft for gaming yet.
I could tell you exactly what's happening with Xbox and why they're down 5%, because they're trying to increase operational margins, which is exactly what Amazon did. If you remember, I think a year after COVID, when things were starting to get back to normal, Amazon stock tanked. It was down. It was like almost 200. It went down to 89. In fact, Sick, I remember telling you and Sheik, if you're going to get Amazon, buy it now. It was down to $89.
I remember that.
The reason why was because their operating cost was out of whack. And what Xbox is doing is and what they're doing with their hardware is it's one of the major reasons they're trying to increase their operating margins, because they are not pumping out inventory on their hardware, which, by the way, they haven't been for the last year. So this isn't really news. So anybody talking about, well, they're down 30% again, I could have told you they're going to be down 30%. They'll be down 30% again next quarter. The reason why is because they're trying to build up operating margins. And there's the drowner of margins is hardware. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to increase their operating margins. That's the reason why they're not pumping out the hardware. Like, first of all, they shouldn't be anyways, because they're not going to sell them. So I'm not even upset about the Xbox thing like some people are. I think it's people want to talk about it because it's for the sake of talking about it. But
yeah, and making narratives as they always do.
Right. But I know exactly what they're doing because we did the exact same thing 3-4 years ago. So,
well,
it is what
the
it
one
is.
thing I notice is that I'm saying, just as a gamer, right? Call of Duty this past one didn't really hit all that well, right? And when I say that, I speak to others, and I'm like, I feel like at least with the Xbox division, a good chunk of that could be put onto that. But also, we know the hardware just isn't hitting like that. But we all know this, so why is anyone surprised? Because I wasn't. I don't know, and I don't think anybody here was either, right? But of course, typical narratives, and when you get into the nitty gritty about what was successful, right, and what wasn't, cloud continues to grow. Holy crap, right? And I got something, I'm going to show about that later on. But like when I look at all this stuff, it's just the same old song and dance, right? Those who want to make it look like, oh, Xbox is dead, like done. What do we do? You know what I'm saying? Like Xbox is dead every day. Every new way to say it, it's like The Walking Dead. I swear, right? So the footage you've had on screen earlier is so apropos, right? Because that seems to be what the mindset is and how it always has been. And just as a game, I'm fucking tired of it, right? And this year, like there are just so many other
I don't
things
know
that
why.
motivate
I
me.
don't know what you would expect anyways, because the
No, I
whole
didn't
industry.
expect any different. I
No,
didn't
no, no,
expect
no. I'm
any.
just saying what anybody would, not
Right,
you.
right,
The
right,
whole industry is down. This is
right.
a downside
Thank
of the
you.
whole
Yeah,
industry.
thank you. Yes, and so like cloud seems truly does end up like with unlike AI, right? Which my thoughts on AI is what I told you earlier, right? I'm looking for any kind of sign that says AI is slowing down and the bubble will burst sooner than later, right? But I'm also a pragmatist and I try not to hype myself up where I'm going to see a sign like that and push for it like a pony would, right? When it comes to Xbox, to say it's happening way earlier than and if and when it ever does happen, right? But I feel like if that bubble was to burst already, there could be a return to normalcy in many fields, right? I'd love to see that happen. I think we all are. Many people are, right? And we all know it's only a matter of time. But I see some level of that now already, right? But it's really this is the time of year when it's usually you get negative, right? You don't get you don't get a positive and Call of Duty wasn't doing all that good, and then search has been the L forever. He's right about that. That's not the first time we've heard about
I like Bing.
Bing search. I like Bing. I use Bing too, but it's been losing money. It's been losing money, right? So it is what it is. I didn't expect too much this year, but as a
Well, the
gamer,
prices don't help either.
no,
But
the
they-
prices
I
don't help you.
Plus, we're going
But-
into the 6th year too. It's like who's gonna buy one at this
But
point?
ironically, when you look at subscriptions are up. I mean, what the profit therein is up, right? So all this talk about people saying, "Oh, they leave an Xbox Game Pass on yada yada yada," bro. Listen, we always had said it's really those who was taking advantage of the dollar deals and whatever the fuck else, right? And never really put no money into the system anyway. A lot of them folks are starting to get weeded out. So that plan of theirs has been working all along, and the true gamers, the actual hardcore, are sticking around and deciding, to stick with it, and they'll stack however they can on older cards or whatever else they're doing, right, to work around it, like all of y'all did, but never clued me in on. But that's also me for not really paying attention to that, right? But like subscriptions is up, and not by a little bit either. That's what helped to smooth out the losses that I feel were mainly from Call of Duty and then the hardware, right? I think those are the only two aspects that truly were negative to Xbox as a whole. Other than that, Xbox was doing pretty damn well. We are like,
I
that's just my
will say
analysis
this.
of it.
I will say this, and I think next quarter will kind of highlight a little bit more. I think there's an element of truth that this Call of Duty didn't hit as well as it did in the past.
Right.
So
That's exactly
obviously, right. And I don't, if I correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think they had any other titles go out in this last quarter, right?
No,
Except for
they
Call
didn't.
of Duty. Okay.
Except for Call of Duty, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if this Call of Duty was better, it would have offset this a lot better. Okay, if this Call of Duty was a runaway hit, it could have even offset the hardware losses. But the hardware losses were like 32%, right?
Yeah, well, I thought we had been buns for them for years.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. If this Call of Duty was a runaway hit, right, it would have been more than enough to offset the losses. It would have been profitable, right? But yet and still, you know what would have happened? They still would have acted the same kind of way.
Buns.
The narrative still would have been, "Oh, Xbox is buns. They're dying. Let's get rid of them already." Right? It still would have been the same narrative. And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what happens and doesn't happen. And this is where, Kieran, what you're saying about next quarter, we'll soon see what's going on with that. Because once again, there's not going to be any really first party.
Well, they've already said to expect the same results next quarter.
Yeah, next quarter.
Which by the way, we said this. We said this last show. Yeah, last week. I said they're not. I mean, other than Towerborn, they're not coming out with anything in Q1.
Yeah, it's all third party for this quarter.
It's not. It's Towerborn. I think I couldn't find anything other first party other than Towerborn. I think that's it. And Towerborn's already technically has been out already. So
it's the quarter after next and the one after that where they expect their profit. This is going back to the tradition. What I was saying last week about the gaming industry. It usually the first half of the year is kind of slow. Springtime they'll have a couple of things, and then into summer it's dead. There's nothing new. So then it's that time to catch up on everything that you didn't get around springtime or whatever, and then you got E3 season. You hear what's coming out for fall, and then the season starts with college football. right? And then slowly there's a trickle of stuff here and there, and then into major profitability for that second half of the year, right? That's what it's going back to. The game, the industry is getting more niche and hardware, right? And this is where they're going to start embracing the more hardcore, and it's going to be more expensive hardware for those gamers who really want that instead of the mass market. It just goes to show, in my opinion. But yeah, Willis, you're going to say.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we haven't heard anything
about
you before.
I heard you like talking to somebody. No, you're like whispering to somebody.
I didn't watch it. Well, I mean, I was serving food.
Okay, so we didn't think. Yeah, so
I was serving food. So look, we've been, I guess, critical of the Xbox division when it comes to Microsoft, and I guess that's really all that should matter to us as in our nerddom. But when you read about, and I'm pretty sure Microsoft's not the only one struggling. You know, they're not the only one who's going to have the same, I guess, complaints. But it's their challenge to find growth where none exists. You know, I'm pretty sure that when Amazon comes out and whoever else comes out, when PlayStation comes out, they're going to be down on some stuff too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's just the market's going right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
People don't have the money to burn, right? The time to waste, and they're prioritizing. And that's why TikTok is their number one competitor. That's why YouTube is a bigger competitor than gaming, because people can find something else to do when you price them out. But you know, I didn't watch the investor call, but when I read the message, I went and I read about it. The first thing that they cited was increased competition. You know, and that's what it's all about. They're not afraid of it. And this is what's gonna challenge them to innovate. They're gonna have to become more innovative. They're gonna have to start coming out with all their games they want on PlayStation. This is what Phil Spencer was talking about. Exclusives are not gonna mean as much as they do in 10 years, and it's happening faster than 10 years.
Yes.
This is why Fable's on PlayStation day one. Because when you really look at every game that Xbox dropped last year, none of them were smash hits.
Yeah,
I enjoyed them. I had fun with them, but none of them were home runs. None of them. Not Avowed, not South of Midnight. None of them. Not and Call of Duty. Not even that. So they have to find another way to get these games into the hands of gamers somehow. But the biggest thing that the number one bullet was increased competition in the space. And if they're growing in cloud with the increased competition, if they're growing everywhere except for Xbox and search, even LinkedIn is up. Everything is up.
Yep.
And they paid out, I believe, $12.4 billion to investors. That's what means the most to investors. They'll hear all the numbers and what's up and what's down, but those $12.4 billion worth of dividends being paid out is what they really want to hear about. When it comes to Xbox, it's gonna be down. The hardware is not selling, and the hardware is what drives storefront. And since they don't have the strongest storefront, they need to get that software everywhere. If Avowed wasn't a smash hit on Steam, it's not going to be one on PlayStation either. PlayStation fans are not going to magically put down Call of Duty and Fortnite to play Avowed. So it's going to probably move about 500 tops over there too.
I'm going to be even more pessimistic than that, because you brought up the word home run. I don't even think in this day and age that you're going to see very many home runs anymore. I don't think
you're crazy. I can count 3 home runs right now, and it's my 3 favorite. It's my 3 games that I'm waiting on. I bet all 3 of those are home runs. Okay. I bet all 3 of them are. Dawn of the Dawn is going to be a home run. Crimson Desert is going to be a home run. How many will it sell? First year, I'm gonna say it sells at least 7.
You think it'll sell 7?
When it comes to Fable, it'll sell between 4 and 5. Crimson Desert, since it already has a big audience on all the platforms, it's gonna probably move over 10.
Hey, Google.
I game at an age where games could be 10, 15, 20 million, and now we're happy if we hit 6 or 7. That's what I'm talking about.
Google Pose
because the market is so overwatered right now, and that's the reason why I say when we talk about home runs, when I'm talking about home runs, what was home runs 10, 20 years ago, or what would be considered a home run, what would be considered a home run today would be like a single or a double 10, 15
Name a home run 20 years ago.
Name
Halo
a home
3?
run 20 years ago?
Halo
Yeah.
3.
Yeah,
Halo
Halo 3.
knocking out the
But
Astros and the
that only sold
NACLs.
like 5 though.
Halo 3 did not sell 5.
Man.
Halo 3?
Let me look it up because one of them sold like 5. I think one of them sold almost 10. I'm gonna look him up.
Google Post says he had a good talk with Copilot. It's his best friend.
Google Poe, what up?
Bro,
20.
I had a phenomenal
They sold
talk with
14. They sold 14.5 million.
Gemini.
Which, by the way, if I remember right, I mean, you don't even have to go that far back. What was the first Spider-Man that was sold?
Wait,
How
who's
much
Gemini?
did they sell?
Is that for Apple?
That's the Google one. That's the Google one. ChatGPT.
Google one.
Yeah.
So then, so Halo has sold 81 million in total. I'm trying to find it by
No, it sold 13.5. Halo 3.
13.5. Okay, I'm about to say.
So like
Halo
Spider-Man,
3. Halo 3 is the best-selling one at 14.5 million.
14.5.
and
Halo
like,
2 sold 8. Halo 4 sold 9.7.
but even like Spider-Man in 2018 sold 22. I'm just saying.
Spider-Man,
the
Wasn't that bundled?
Yeah, and
What?
some of it was. Yeah, that was.
Are
also
you talking about Sony Spider-Man?
I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Yeah, I'm just saying that.
No, I want to stay in the past. I want to stay in the past, bro, because 5 million, 2 million back in our day was good.
Back in my
Right.
day.
Now, yeah, in our day, we all old geezers. So now with
Back
these
in my
games,
day.
with these games costing $200+ million, they need to be at 15, 10. Otherwise, the studios are starting to go out of business. You know what I mean? But
Nah, I mean,
we don't really get too many home runs. I mean, the last one that was like a third-party game. I mean, Nintendo has them, but like Elden Ring. You know what I mean? That was the last, and Baldur's Gate. Those were the last third-party games to come out and just take over. Because with as many awards as Expedition, it only moved 5
No,
million.
Expedition sold 5. I mean, that's my point. If I'm talking about home runs from a sales aspect, not from necessarily
That's
quality
what I'm talking
aspect.
about.
Right. And what I'm saying is the general numbers today are lower than they were 2 generations ago. And so, like, you're wrong when you're not wrong when you're saying if it sells 7 million, that to me is a really good return off the first year, right? There's not many games that do that anymore, is my point.
Oh, Cyberpunk was the last one. Before that,
well, how much does Cyberpunk totally sell? Because I mean,
like,
even that's kind of
it sold 22 on Steam alone.
damn.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But then you also got to remember when things started to go sour with them.
Yeah.
You could go to Best Buy and get it for $15.
Yeah, I almost put Cyberpunk in the Skyrim category too because it gets resold over and over again on different platforms. So it's kind of reaching the Skyrim thing. So it's like, okay.
But it was popular before then, let's be honest. Even
it was.
But you also got to
return it.
But you also got to look at
everywhere, though.
Like once you say once they just tuck tail with the base game, then they started to redirect their efforts towards Liberty City. Yeah. Liberty City made up for all of the $15 sales because those moved at $40, and you don't see that one going on sale for $15. It's like $30 still.
No.
Yeah, they get
you know what I mean. So
one of the best expansions of all time could have been its own
probably is the
game.
best.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, and then when you look at Bethesda, right? This is what people expected out of Shattered Space. You expected a Blood Moon. You expected, you know what I mean, the Shivering Isles. That's the type of expansion that we expected, and we got that. So with this next expansion, we're expecting a rehaul of the game like Liberty City. But that's what. See, not every studio can rebound like that though.
No.
You know what I mean? But like with the amount of hype that's going behind these games that I'm talking about, and now Fable cycle, now that it's a multi-plat, I expect them, because everybody was complaining about Microsoft's marketing. I expect them to market that game like they haven't marketed anything in the past 10 years. Because it's multi-plat, it's been in development for about 10 years, and they need a hit. You know what I mean? Call of Duty didn't come through the way they needed it to, and they need a hit. And I expect them to put it out there in front of the public like they have been doing with other games. And I guess the amount that it cost it would play into that too, because Avowed, you didn't really see a bunch of marketing behind that. You know,
Really
you're not going to see it for South of Midnight because it's a smaller game. But they need some home runs. But this is how you're going to get it done. You're going to have to put those games out there. But see, this is the thing. I don't understand. Like, it's like when I listen to some back in the day when I used to listen to rap music. Like, man, you had a whole camp of people and nobody told you that this was trash. Like, nobody told you this. It's not that Avowed is a bad game. It's that if you had high expectations, it's just like, oh, what's the other game that Obsidian put out? Outer Worlds 2. Another good game.
Yeah.
They did market it more than they marketed part 1, but it's still, with it being released everywhere, day 1, it didn't land the way that they needed it to. So these things can't happen. And this is why, like, PlayStation's probably gonna come out smell like a rose.
Really?
Because they are.
But with Marathon?
You're saying the same thing I've been saying with different words. Because I've never felt like I've gotten it across. And I always say how like just the industry seems to not understand what industry they're in and the moves they're making. And when certain games don't blow up crazy, they're all shocked, surprised, and scandalized like they didn't understand because they literally fucking don't. They don't get it. They seem not to understand what the fuck they're doing for real, for real. Avowed is a great game because they really think it was gonna blow up too crazy.
But Avowed, Avowed has its own specific lore and its own specific.
That's not what
it's
I'm
pillars,
saying.
But who even cared about pillars?
That's what that's my point, though. Like it's and it's also an RPG, and you're not going. An RPG is not going to be a 10 million, 20 million, not in the first year. It's not.
It's a slow burn type game.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those games that you might buy 2 or 3 years from now. You're like, hey, let me try Avowed. I want to play an RPG, right? You know, I could see that, but it's not. It's just not a genre you're going to sell 15, 20 million on. It's just not. I mean, you could maybe in 10 years, but not.
I'd like to move on from the financials though, just because like
I don't. I mean, and that's fine because when you came to me yesterday and you said you wanted me and Reels to talk about financial or the day before.
No, he wants you to stop.
I was like,
that.
No. I was like, I was like realist. I didn't even watch the show. I didn't even like. I have Microsoft.
I didn't really either.
I have Microsoft stock. I mean, I know what's been going on in the past year. It's gone down. There's a confidence. There's not a lot of confidence right now in Satya with some investors. That's not saying that Microsoft is not, setting themselves off long term. They are. They're hitting some. They made their numbers. What's frustrating for me is, and Sick, you heard me and Sheik talk about this in past quarterly reviews when I worked at Amazon. You can hit your numbers and still your stock can tank and get a bad review, which is frustrating as hell, by the way, if you're on the inside. So those people in Microsoft right now, when they saw their stock take 11% hit today, or 11% was the last time I checked. I don't know what they ended up. Maybe they bounced back. I don't know. I know exactly. They're like, what the hell, man? We hit our numbers. And that is frustrating as can be. So I didn't even really pay attention to it. And when I saw the Destin Liguri, I saw what he was reporting because he likes to put the little bullet points in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so they're 5% down. I mean,
I saw his tweets. Sometimes he would say stuff that seemed kind of way. Sometimes it was objective, even when it was L or whatever. Then some things he was bullish and positive on, right? But once again, this is the nature of social media, and they're gonna say and do things, or even the thumbnail on stuff. Especially now you see on YouTube with multiple.
So Xbox. Right? So basically, you're upset. You're upset because Xbox contracted a little bit, right? Well, the whole industry is contracting right now. How many layoffs? How many times did we see layoffs happen?
And this is what I was saying.
Like Discord, the whole industry is contracting right now. This is not
over Discord though. Like I'm talking, and they're all agreeing with me because at first there was this consensus of like, oh, Xbox is fucking up. And then I started to call, but then they started talking about Microsoft as a whole. And I started giving examples how like the Xbox tax, but the overall Microsoft tax. And I'm amongst a bunch of graybeards who understand and know the history like I do, right? And this is why I keep telling you, Karen, you need to come up amongst us and come talk with us, right? You too, realist. In tech, you be busy at work or around the table when we active. I'd love to see you there, but it is what it is. But what I'm saying is like they start to talk this dumb shit like they don't know what's really going on. And as soon as I start to talk the real facts of the matter about how like no matter what it is, if it's Xbox or Microsoft, it's seen as a negative, but when everybody else does it, it's a great thing or it's a nothing burger, right? If it's a bad thing, it's just not a thing to address. But Microsoft, it's everything they do is fucking if the worst ever or they're evil or whatever narrative suits their thing until I start to bring up the facts, and then they start bringing up facts backing up what I'm saying, right? So that's what it is, right?
If you think Nintendo right now,
but even Nintendo, Sony, all of that. But what I'm trying to say is, right? And so when I know Tech is cracking jokes, but he may think, oh, I'm just trying to move off the conversation because like I don't follow this financial stuff. I'm not aware as the both of you are. That's why I said to you guys, hey, have you seen? Because I know sometimes this stuff comes out and you guys don't pay attention to it either because you guys already know it's whatever the fuck, right? You already know what generally was going to happen anyway. And even I didn't. I'm not aware as you guys when it comes to this stuff. This is why I said to you guys, hey, have you seen it? What you guys think? We're definitely going to be talking about the show because it was yesterday. And today is the show. So, of course, you know, hot news. It's what we got to talk about. And besides, what else will we talk about, right? But like, I know what it is. You guys know what it is. We talk about it every week. But it's the mindset is just still, once again, it's not about the facts of what did or didn't happen. It's about how it's perceived and how it's shown off all the fucking time. And it's fucking stupid. That's why I wanted to get off it at this point.
So
because but
I'll sum it up like this, okay? And this is from my own personal experiences being in the industry for the last 9-10 years. So the tech industry right now is going through an upheaval. Everybody knows they're investing a shit ton of money in AI. I am not anti-AI. I have concerns with how much money they're going through because I don't think they're going to get their money's worth on what they're spending. But
I feel the same way.
But when CEOs make these decisions, even Satya, if you had been paying attention to Satya is worried. And he doesn't hide his shit well when he tweets. He doesn't. If you noticed a couple weeks ago, he was saying he got ratio pretty good on it because he had a tweet that said that it was basically saying we need to watch what we say about AI. It's not all slop because Microsoft is getting like there's people are calling it micro slop and all that because of some of the shit you see with AI, and. He's worried. He's genuinely worried because he's getting pressure on him. And by the way, he isn't the only tech C-suite guy that's saying shit. They've put all their chips on the table. They are spending billions of dollars and they're laying people off. I know because I'm one of them. They're laying billions of people off to pay for that, right? Because the money's got to come from somewhere. And they're not laying people off for performance. They're not laying people off, because of them actually losing money. They're not losing money. They're not making enough money, which is ironic because they're actually making more money than they ever had. But they're talking about this AI race. And one of the things that I actually read and I actually agree with, and I forgot who wrote about it, was he said that here's the problem with AI. Everybody in this AI space is basically pulling from the same data, which is generally the World Wide Web. If everybody's pulling from the same data to try to put services that they could compete against each other and is coming from the same source of data, which by the way, I can tell you from personal experience, the World Wide Web is not really a good source for data anyways. So that's another question that I would be very concerned about. But if everybody's pulling generally from the same source, how are you going to differentiate yourself from everybody else if you're
Thank
putting
you.
a
Thank you.
and that is where that's where I have been flashing the alarm, like, you are not going to get your money's worth with this amount of investment, because, and I said this last week, what services are people willing to throw tons of money at to have it? Are you think you're going to sell more Alexa? You're going to make more money off Alexa with AI? You're not. You think if you're going to do a Google search and you add an AI package to it, that you're going, they're going to pay for it in droves? I wouldn't bet the farm on it. And, and I understand people are like, well, they're, ChatGPT is going with ads. Okay, everybody has ads. Everybody's ads budget is not infinite. So there's Meta's got ads, YouTube's got ads. Like, if I'm building something and I'm relying on ads, dude, good luck to you, because look what's happening to Twitch right now. Just saying. Everybody's got ads. So
Quick, a good point. So it's a good
yeah.
point.
And so I when they're investing hundreds of millions of dollars, Anthropic, OpenAI, some of the other, I can't think off the top of my head, they're expecting a return of 20x, 25x, 30x, and I'm telling you, I don't think they're going to get their money's worth. If they get 1 or 2x for that amount of money, and for losing the institutional knowledge that they are with these employees, because like I said, I didn't get laid off for my performance. I've said this when I got laid off. When I started at Amazon, their market share was 400 billion. When I got laid off from Amazon, it was 2.6 trillion.
Wow.
In 9 years. In 9 years.
Of
6.
7?
In
6.
9 years, I helped put that company on the next level. I'm not going to say I'm the only one. I wasn't. There's many of us that were. But I helped put Amazon to the next level, where they became a $1 billion company to $1 trillion company. So I know for a fact I didn't get laid off for performance. Hell no. And by the way, AI couldn't do my job. In fact, I'm still hearing from people trying to reach out to me after the fact. They're like, dude, it's bad. We don't. And that's not my problem anymore. They were trying to get me to come back, but they tried twice. They tried twice to get me back, Tech. They even offered my old job back. And I said no.
And that's the thing too. We discussed
not getting paid the same. And by the way, one of the worst things about doing a job search right now, besides the economy sucks, is you realize, like, I got paid well. But then you realize, man, I got underpaid. Like, there's some job openings now that I know I can do, and they're offering that. I'm like, damn, I should have left 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, but I take it you're not a job hunter like I am, right?
I hate job hunting, dude. I hate it.
That's me. Yeah, I don't like it.
I hate it.
And a lot of people will say that's just dumb, because you're like, oh, you get paid somewhere. But it just shows instability for one person, you know?
Yes.
Well,
stability
that's how I see it.
Hopping around. I'm not the type to hop around, hunt for more, better, blah blah. Like, I'm not calling it greedy, right? But where I need more, I need to do. That's not my motivation, right?
Yeah.
As a person, but I don't knock those who are, because that's a different type of personality I love and respect too, and I know many people are like that, and I have utmost respect for them. And those are people I could talk to and ask questions, and they make me more educated and more and better. Straight up and down. This is one of the guys right here. I bounce ideas off of him. He does me, and I come to realize, bro, I really do think a lot like him anyway. But like me personally, right? So I told you guys, I was going through that whole interview process. So the interview was supposed to be Thursday. It got delayed to the next morning. And you guys know, I told you privately, I aced it. And now I'm just waiting, with the snow, and then the director's father died. Other aspects just slowing it down before.
Right.
I go in there for drug testing and whatever else, right?
Oh, you're gonna fail that, aren't you?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. But what I'm saying is, and even then, they, HR hours later, they send me an email. I gotta get multiple people I know, who I worked with and stuff, to give me, referrals, right? And immediately, I'm hearing from them, texts and calls that, hey, they texted me or emailed me or both actually, right? About, hey, to fill out this thing. And of course, I'm the one who sent their names, and they knew ahead of time because that's how I operate. I told them ahead of time to expect it, right? And of course, they give me stirring reviews. Of course, they would. My peoples, I wouldn't use their recommendations in the first place if I didn't think they would, right? But like, now I'm sitting here waiting, right? And even that wait, even though I know I've got the job and all of that, right? And I'm so happy to say, but I also feel empty, like, because I'm in that holding pattern, right? Until I hear back from them and got to go through the process and then, start training or whatever. And then also being a union after 90 days, hooray me, right? But like, my point with all of that is to say there is so much uncertainty about a lot of things. There are many things that are certain, but people want to make it seem some kind of way, and it's all to their benefit. And this is where maybe it's just not something I'm capable of objectively perceiving in a way any other than I do, but I feel some people are just fucking stupid. I say it like that with a little bit of accent. Like, the hell is wrong with people? They so easily swayed, whatever. Like, it goes against their better natures and inherent logic to believe a lot of crap and not know it is crap. And like I said earlier about being amongst a bunch of graybeards, and I had to set the story straight, and then they started to give me evidence of the stuff I'm saying. I was right all along, but they should have known before I said anything, right? But it is what it is. This is why I wanted to move on to other things that
like
I've seen in the game. Like fun stuff when we talk about gaming and stuff, all this financial woes and blah, 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 right? Hey, I finally got a new job. Hooray.
But we've been
right? You got a job not too long ago.
I mean, since the beginning.
Well, I mean, and I will go back. Like, I'm blessed right now because I will say this: Amazon has given me a very generous severance package and everything else. So, but I also sick knows I'm pretty thrifty with my money. Like, I'm like, I don't if I can do it myself.
But like, yeah.
No, my wife would say I'm a cheapskate, but that's because. But I mean, I mean, if I can do it myself, I'll do it myself. There's some jobs I'm not willing to do because I don't want to do it, and I'll pay someone to do it.
Right.
But I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty, and I've done well with my money. I've saved money, so I'm in the luxury position that I wasn't. Like, this is the second time I've been laid off in my career. The first time was 10 years ago when oil crash with the fracking when the Saudis flooded the market.
Same for me.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, all I got for that was you'll get your next 2 weeks paid, and that's it. Like, so, and I was much younger, so I wasn't as established as I was, and so I am not in a rush to find something. I'm picking my spots. Like, okay, that looks interesting. I want to do that. Right.
But it's been some time for me now. So now.
Yeah. And my thing is, I have, like, dude, I'm getting paid for the next 6 months.
Sweet, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it.
That's how, but see, that's what you were saying. But what you're saying is not everybody
can.
Not everybody can. And this is a very shaky economy. I mean, without going too political, there is nothing in this economy right now that gives me confidence right now. Okay. It's everything is shaky. Everything is, everybody's talking their noise that they shouldn't be. And there's a lot of gambling right now by executives, especially in the tech industry, that they think it's going to work out. And I'm like, okay, we'll see. I'm not, you're not, I mean, you really are putting your chips in there, and I hope you hit. But I'm old enough now to know better, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And so yeah, basically I'm going to move on to a couple of things.
Let's go ahead.
Eventually I'm going to get to one final thing, right? But
what's your final thing? What's your final thing?
No, that's the final thing is later. There's a couple of things. So like, overall, I've always mentioned I'm a home theater PC enthusiast, right? Like since the days of emulation, right? I was always like, why can't I have one box that does it all, right? That plays everything I want to play, right? When it comes to new games, you got emulators to play the older stuff in the backlog or whatever maybe you didn't get to, or older stuff you loved, right? Or just arcade shit now with the power of emulation. You could play that in a way you never could have played before without putting a quarter in some smoky place somewhere that's, you know, you want to be at, you know, at 8 o'clock at night when you want to play something old school, right? Or whatever. This guy. But like, so, but now we have these handheld PCs, which I foresaw coming, but I never thought it would have blew up the way they are. And I'm happy to see that, right? And all these other things, consoles are where they are, and they're going through a bit of a transition. But the PC's on the rise now on a different tip, right? So for me, as I've always said, Xbox Play Anywhere is really a platform I look towards when I want to buy a game, right? When I want to buy a game, I look there first. Is it Xbox Play Anywhere? Yeah. Right? If not, then I'll buy it on Steam, and then maybe Xbox the console if I have to, right? On that platform, and then I don't know what else I'll ever do. I've never gotten past that level, right? But I'm coming to find out, and I've been saying recently, a lot of games may not launch as Play Anywhere or becoming Play Anywhere after the fact.
Yeah.
Some games also, like RoboCop was one of the first big ones for me, right? Some games also, right, are Play Anywhere all along, and you never knew because they don't put the marker on it. But if you ask the AI or sometimes you Google, right, and it doesn't show it, but you ask the AIs, ChatGPT, I'm partial to Copilot because I'm already paying for 365, so I'll see it there. Shit like that, right? So coming to find out, for example, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. From launch, it's been Play Anywhere. But when I searched it on the Xbox app or the website, and then have the marker say Play Anywhere, it just said Xbox, but it was Play Anywhere.
I got a bone on that one right there.
Right?
The Ragebound one.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was trying to download it on my ROG. Not even available for it.
Oh, it's there though. Here's what you do though. Just like what happened with
it kept telling me to go play it in the cloud. And I was like, well, I don't want to play in the cloud. I want to download it.
Right. So just like what happened to me with the Marvel game, you go to the Windows Store.
Oh, go to Windows
and
Store.
Boom, there it, and you go there and it'll show up. Right. So that does. So that does. Okay. Let me speak on that a little bit more too. Like I have a bone to pick with Microsoft with that. Right. Just like I said with Ragebound. When I first looked up Ragebound, I spoke on it before it came out. That and Shinobi. Right. Last year was a year Shinobi of Ninja games, and there were multiple Ninja games. There were 3 major ones. 2 Ninja Gaidens and Shinobi. Right. Had I known that Shinobi was Ragebound was going to be Play Anywhere, I would have bought that on Xbox instead of Steam. But when I looked on the Xbox website, it didn't say Play Anywhere. But if I was to have asked the AI knows about certain metadata. It was explained to me there's certain metadata tags and stuff. It'll know. So if you just ask any of the AIs, they all internally or behind the scenes work the same, and they all know how to look for those flags and will tell you off rip. But now it's on Game Pass, so okay, fine. Right, but I'm upset with myself because I should have known better. So Ragebound, but that's the game that frustrates me anyway. With it's super not tight control, and you got to play it exactly the ones you want to play. So I'm kind of regret even buying that game in the first place. But now it's on Game Pass, so fuck it, I'm all good, right?
Oh, now the button's available if you go to Game Pass.
Yeah. After when a game first comes to Game Pass like that, it'd be a couple hours. They eventually fix it, right? But before they fixed it, the trick around that is to go to the Windows Store. Boom, it'll be there, right? But some games, become Play Anywhere after you buy it.
Though that gets on my damn nerves too. By the way,
right, and that's one of the main things that's starting to piss me off because, like I said previously, I want to buy games on that platform first. It benefits me the most. Yeah. I get on my PC, I get on my console, I can play on the cloud, right? I get and even Dark. Shout out to him. He's starting to now. He realized that because remember he put up a video saying bullshit about that, and people got in his ass about it, and he realized, oh shit, I'm wrong. Right? Yeah, there you have it.
I just say install for Ragebound, and it says it hasn't been tested for handheld yet.
But trust me, it works because it passed Steam certification for handheld. Right? Yeah, it's a 2D game. Trust me, it's all good. But anyway, so now
we can't do it that well, and we have problems.
Space Marine 2. Now we spoke about that before, right? That's
Courage and Honor.
Courage and Honor, brother. It's come to Game Pass, right?
How much is that sold? That's what I want to know.
Oh, it sold a couple of million.
Yeah,
I forget what I saw.
Sold really well.
But I want to see what it's now, like Space Marine.
Yeah, I don't know. So go check that out. Let us know. But meanwhile,
game,
okay, so they announced it to Game Pass, and of course I hyped that up. You know, I tweeted out because I've always been talking about the game for the Gears heads or whatever. Fuck with that game.
Yeah, if you like
it's
Gears,
good.
you'll like
Warhammer, all of that shit. Right, exactly what I've been saying. Right. So then today, come to find out, they updated it to Play Anywhere. No, I'm not mad about that one because that's a new change, and I bought that game.
7 million mid 2025, by the way.
Right, mid 2025 it was 7 million, so it could be past 8 by now. In fact, Ace Combat went from 6 to 7 million.
Baby.
Yeah, me too, and I'm happy. I'm proud of that. Right, but now, see, there's a case where I'm not upset. I'll double dip that one. Right, just so I could play it and get the achievements on it, and to support the fact that they did that, because they'll see the fact that I bought it after they bought Play Anywhere. Right. So
guess what? We made it Play Anywhere.
Yeah, and I'm cool with that. Microsoft has been talking about this, so now it's become what used to be a frustration that they're doing it after I decided to buy it elsewhere. To now, I'd rather wait, like I did on Steam, to wait for some shit to buy on Xbox, so they might be Play Anywhere. Orc Raiders is Play Anywhere off rip.
Is it nice?
Yeah, off rip. It's not Game Pass.
I think I have so many games now that I am resigned my unless it's Game Pass, I'm resigned to the fact that I'm not going to buy anything day one anymore. I mean, I wasn't really doing it anyways.
Right.
I think what concerns me is I used to have what used to tick me off. It's another reason why I'm not going to buy physical anymore. Would be you buy something on sale because it was a really good price, and then you realize, damn it, I bought the physical copy 3 months ago. It's in a drawer. I haven't gotten to it yet. Now that problem. Yeah, that problem has now gone to, okay, now you're buying games on Steam again. Congratulations. Oh, shit, this one's really cool on the Steam sale. Oh, great. Oh, I bought it 6 months ago on Xbox.
I think last year I bought, how many did I buy, guys? I bought, because I usually tell you guys.
Like 20 or so.
2, I think.
From Steam?
No, but outright, whether Xbox or Steam.
Yeah. You slowed down on that. You slowed down on physical
Space Marines.
And Stalker.
No, that wasn't last year, though. 2025?
Stalker was last. Stalker had to be last year. You bought it just before they left.
I just bought. Yeah. But it was already. But I mean, that doesn't count.
Maybe my rule should be I don't buy anything on the Xbox platform until.
I'll tell you this, dude. I used to buy a lot of games.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say.
With the rise of Game Pass, the way they've just been pumping out, whether it's third party or first party, dude, my purchase power just went, not power, but my purchase frequency just dipped like to the singles, like 1 or 2 games a year.
And I like the fact that you guys are jumping in with these points. That's exactly the kind of points I was about to say. So I'm happy to hear you guys say so I'm like just sitting here ranting, right? But like literally,
it's not because I'm being cheap. It's just like
I am
pragmatic. Well, you're also being pragmatic.
Look, I'm paying $30 a month, and I barely played games on Game Pass. I might as well,
But see, number one, no, you're not yet. Anyway, but also, even if you were, you'd be making the same move. It's not about that one way or another, because you're not. But even if you were, you'd be doing the same choice, and that's the logical conclusion to what I was trying to say anyway. But you said it before me a moment ago, right? Like now, it's not even. Because one other thing I'm going to add to
exactly right. Go. Exactly right.
What Tech was saying.
I bought Battlefield.
Right?
That's what it was.
You could save that money. That's right. So, and that's another point I'm making. But to address one other thing that Tech said, right? Like a lot of these games, with Steam or wherever, then come to find out, I see a game. I'm like, holy shit. And sometimes I'm all about a game, can't stop talking about it, whatever, and won't be out for a minute. I tell people all the time, right? But I'll wish this on Steam. Yeah. At very least there, if it's not on Xbox, I'll at least do it to Steam. I'll look at Xbox first, but then Steam. But Xbox is bad with having a game at least listed on their platform until closer to launch and not around the time of announcement, but Steam will.
So that's why I'm a cancer to the industry. I will say that.
Right? So sometimes now there's so much hot shit that I'll go crazy for all over again and because I fucking forgot I did it already. It's like I'm hearing about it all over again.
That's why
Some games I've even bought and owned and already installed and didn't even freaking know it. But like, and I cannot remember it for the life of me when I bought the game, let alone heard of the game, let alone wishlisted it, followed it, bought it, installed it, and it's already ready to play. All 6. And I'm just like, hey, yo. And listen, this is not about cheap, but you get them cheap because times is tough and you gotta be a smart consumer and all the tools are
but at the
fucking
same time,
take advantage of them.
One knows, like, I'm never gonna get to that game right now. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get to it right now. That's why I keep tracking my spreadsheets. Like, what do I want to play? You
were so right about that spreadsheet, and I need to embrace that a bit more myself.
I was like,
but also,
I put them in order in his release date. And I'm like, okay, what do I want to play? You know, what do I want to play?
Yeah,
and then go off.
Unless you're gonna play it day one, don't buy it day one because now there's other reasons, right? Not only with price dropping, it's coming to a platform you really want to have it on, but also now this Play Anywhere thing. It got me waiting now. Now the new lesson is I gotta wait more. Unless I'm gonna play it immediately at launch because it matters that much to me, like a Shinobi did, or Space Marine did, or like Ace Combat is gonna, or whenever they put that on Project on Wingman DLC to the Xbox version, right? Like, of course, I'll play those day one because those are the ones that really matter to me. I played Battlefield once to launch because I've been busy. Right? Making all types of phone calls with mom's insurance, setting up appointments, all types of stuff. She's doing good. It's just, real life shit is going on. I can't even get to play games, right? But like, or even don't think to because my mind is racing too much and now's not the time for that, right? But like, so I pick and choose the shit I really want to love to play in and of that moment if I play anything. So why spend money on something immediately if I don't have to when I can just wait and like Google Poll's been saying, get it cheaper, or it finally comes to the true platform I want to play anywhere, right?
Keep changing this
right,
name.
and I'm stacking all this money, and then this money could be better put into other things I want to do. Like I want to build a NAS where I don't have to have my PC all the time. I can buy a proper ROG, or I could build this NAS where on my desktop doesn't have to be on all the time to run my little MD server.
Nasty WAP?
Stuff like that.
I've actually been proud of myself in the last year because I've been more honest with myself. Because if you notice, Dick, when we do,
be true, baby.
Well, when we do shows, how many times have you heard me say looks good, but I'll never play it? That was all the time. I'm like, looks good, but not a game for me. I'm not gonna play it. In the past, I'd be like, I gotta play it all of them, and now I'm like, nope, don't want to play that one. Looks good. I'm sure it's great.
So guess
not
what?
You're probably not gonna play it.
Guess what, guys?
What?
I travel next month for work for like 3 or 4 days.
Nice.
I'm gonna take my ROG with me. That's right.
Of course, just like you did last time, buddy.
That's what I'm doing.
Listen, man. I'm so happy for you that last time when you was playing Expedition or whatever it was on the go there. Like it proved itself there to you. I knew for a fact the way you were talking, even though you didn't say it, it proved itself to you then. And now
I'm telling you right now, Tech, you and I made out like bandits, and we're gonna really find out. Well, no, the reason why I say that is because everybody was like, "Oh, I don't know that $1,000 price tag," and I'm like, "This is before all the memory shit happening," and I'm like,
"All the memory,
just wait, but it's still on sale for $100 less."
But here's the thing too, though. Right now,
I mean, whatever.
Here's the thing too. I'm the moron who put that money into a Switch instead, right? I'm the moron who then tried to pre-order it knowing I didn't have the money.
You got the older one. You got the first one though.
I got the older one, but bro, from a guy like me, right? Number one, I got a good YouTube video out of it.
Just wait till those handheld prices in the next year or two, man. Just wait.
But they're gonna be worse.
1,000 is gonna be like.
But in the end, it's cool. It's cool because the tech will get better. I'll get a better handheld out of it. But what I really like about that ROG,
might have to pull financing.
It performs like mine now.
You're gonna get all access.
It performs like mine does. It performs like mine does at
0% down.
But yours does it at 17 watt. While you have a battery that's slightly bigger than mine, which means you get twice the battery that I have now that I've upgraded my battery.
Yeah,
you follow? It's got those great handles, right? The speakers basically giving you 5.1.
You prop it up right, and it feels good. I mean, it's not not heavy,
and it's got that little bit faster in the interfaces. It gets to that little bit faster. It's got more. A tech dude like me, I know where those improved tech specs how they affect the experience, and I see and notice and appreciate them and put them to use. I'm that type of gamer.
The screen could be a little bit bigger because my old eyes just needed
Yeah,
some readers.
yeah, I
I
get
knew
it.
I was
I
gonna
get
say
it.
the same thing.
I got
The
Microsoft
only thing I hate
so
about my ROG is that I have to
fine.
wear readers.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
But see, I was thinking about installing Starfield on it, because I have an itch I haven't done Shattered Space achievements yet, and I'm like, I haven't played Starfield.
You know what you should do? You should wait till they do the update at very least.
Well, that's true. That's true. I might do that actually. But
Yeah,
they
do
actually
that.
warn you. They actually warn you, like, it'll play good, but we're warning you the font is going to be really
It is,
small.
dude.
and
It
things
is.
Don't
like,
forget
oh.
too. Also,
It is.
that
It
that
is.
frame generation feature that they haven't turned on yet. Don't worry, it'll be
Yeah.
worked out. But for now, you're good where you are.
Because that's the same. That's what I went through when I was playing Expedition. Is that the font?
Yeah.
Like if you read the subtitles, subtitles will distract you, and I end up reading them even I don't hate reading them.
I'll have my readers. I'll be able to see them.
So turn them off then. So turn them
I know,
off.
I'm just too lazy to.
I'll be back in a minute.
No, I hear you. I hear you. But
I'll be back in a sec.
the last thing I wanted to talk about is
What another thing?
Okay.
Come on, dude.
The thing I said I was gonna hold last. So here's the thing. So you guys know I've been talking about the Xbox full screen experience, which premiered with the ROG, but of course, they put it out to other.
I don't like it. They should have kept it like exclusive for like 3 months, but still.
Nah, bro. They need to push forward with that. I think. Like, no, a lot of people are saying that, and within the Discord, I was saying a lot of them who are like Xbox is dying, and they want to push that narrative so hard. They try to flip on that, like that's somehow a negative that Microsoft is pushing that on timetable even faster, right? No, fuck that. No, the more they do with that, and last year when they announced it was coming to desktops, a Karen confirmed, I was like, yes, because I know what that means. The home theater PC build that I was gonna build before this Rampocalypse started, right? That was because that's the last piece of the puzzle in terms of the OS level.
Yeah.
Now it's really the menu and interface, which is what I really want to talk about, right? So now the difference between the full screen experience and what everybody thinks about it is in Steam is, remember, what Steam does on the Steam Deck is it doesn't run a desktop. It boots up. There's a basic operating system, just like how Windows back in the day was. Windows ran on top of DOS, but you didn't need to run Windows to run software. You can just run DOS and just auto boot the software. You get some kind of launcher program and launch your apps directly. Just a simple launcher, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Windows is doing now, right? They don't run the desktop, but they have their little task switcher. But that's just the Xbox full screen experience, right? What people are complaining or confusing is the Xbox app that they used to complain about long before the full screen experience that they said was so crappy and definitely needs work.
What
they
overlay? The overlay?
No. The app that launches all the Xbox games.
Mm-hmm.
That app that's there, that's the Xbox, right? It was already on the desktop before. It's generally the same app, right? Yeah. Some slight tweaks with ever since the ROG came out, but 99% the same app, right? Yeah. And even on my desktop, it's the same one now, literally, right? But that and the fact that the desktop isn't running with that task switcher that's there now that works with the controller, that's the full screen experience, not that app. That's the Xbox app. That's just what they're using currently as the launcher they give you, right? Now, Asus, of course, gives you their own launcher from before that was even a thing, the Armory Crate, right? They set you up with that as a launcher on top of Windows, but the desktop was there eating up RAM that it didn't need to, stuff like that for a console-esque experience. That was just a bit of a waste. Microsoft realizes that. Now they emulated what Steam does, and now they have the Xbox app. But everybody's been complaining about this Xbox app. Long before the full screen experience, they always said it was crap, blah, blah, blah. And low-key over time, it got a little better, but it's still not really good for a console-style experience. But for a 1.0 when the ROG came out, it was sufficient enough. So now, if you want to click on that link I gave you, now we can finally get into what I really want to talk about.
Finally, with the link.
The beginnings to address what people have been saying when people complain about.
I'm complaining right now just because I have to
press people complain about. Hit F11. Hit F11. Put it full screen on your keyboard. Hit F11.
You gotta press a button now.
There you go. Now it's full screen. So now. Okay, now this is play.xbox.com. If you're watching, you can follow along and do the same thing. If you've never been here before, you haven't heard.
Here we have a cutie little like Japanese
arcade machine,
arcade thing with the happy face on it, and it says "You're early. The new experience isn't available for you just yet.
Oh, you don't have it?
Let's get
Holy
back to
Oh, that sucks. I didn't even read that part this whole time. Hold on. I'll launch mine and then I'll put it for you.
Let me switch my screen so nobody sees. See what happens when I hit return. What's the return?
It's gonna go back to the old one, right?
You have to join the insiders on.
Oh, you're not in the insider. Okay, so
you have to join the insider hub, and then there's a
oh shit,
an app, a hook that you can install, and it'll put it on there.
It took me back to the website.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. I'll do it for you. Where is it?
Oh my gosh. Hold on.
Am I sharing the right one? Yes, I am.
Now I got.
In fact, I'm gonna use my. In fact, I'm gonna use my Xbox controller.
You just took over.
In fact, I'm gonna use my Xbox controller.
And now I gotta make it big screen.
You ready?
Hold on. Hey, where'd he go? Oops.
You're not there? You don't see it?
That's the biggest I can get it. Okay. Oh,
okay.
Pause.
So when you got there, you were supposed to see this. Now I'm already with my controller. So you see up here on the upper right where the little Xbox icon is. If your controller is not connected, you could use the keyboard and mouse and still navigate it. Yeah. But this is the console version of the interface, I think they call it, right? And I'll show you what that means in a minute. So basically, if you ever went to the xbox.com/play, the cloud version, which is the one they showed you because you don't have access to this because you're not an insider, but you could launch the cloud games right from the website, right? You don't need no app or nothing, right? You still have access to, oh shit, it's fucking Steam. I forgot. To the party chat, right? You can start a party with people. All that was already there. And you hear the Xbox sounds, right? The sound effects, right? And I'm even using the bumpers. Right? It works better than even the Xbox app you have now built into your ROG. The bumpers actually do stuff, right? So there's that. Yeah, but this is the web browser doing this, right? Yeah. But so I can launch a game. If I hit any one of these, it'll go right into launching the game on the cloud situation, right? Jump back in.
Did they still show the little spaceship traveling across and all that?
Actually, no, it's just a bar on the bottom, and that's it. Because it's so much quicker now. Like even with the spaceship lately, the spaceship it's so quick. It's like it's there for a second and it pops right in, right? But also, like games that are recently added, like Space Marine, right? Now it's on Game Pass. I should have access to cloud. I could play it right here on the cloud, right? You just hit this right here and boom, I'd be playing it, right? As you see, cloud gaming, Xbox Series X, PC. But this font is pretty big because this is more for the console, right? So if I go over here, right, and I go to settings, now I can go to appearance, right? And I can go to desktop mode. Now everything's, first even, let me go back to showing you that part there. I'm sorry, I did it too quick. Now you see the font sizes are smaller, right? I have a 4K screen or whatever, but even if I had 1440p, everything is going to shrink down. As they show you here, you see the little icons that they're showing you, right? I don't know if you see my mouse arrow, right? Even in the little icon, you see the little boxes are bigger. Here, they're smaller, there are more boxes, and the part on the left is always there instead of like being that section from before. But just like the Xbox app, if you go to the bottom here, right, shrinks it down, just like on the Xbox app. So the paradigm is the same, but basically, this is the new Xbox app interface. So the Xbox app that you launch in your Xbox in your ROG Ally, this is the one that they're about to give you. This is the one they're about to get. Now this is it's a web-based technology, like basically a web page, just like the Xbox app is now, but more like Media Center where it's more smooth. You hear the Xbox sound effects, I'm sure. They're all there, right? And it just works super smooth. And so a lot of people were saying that Steam has that one edge over the Xbox app, right? So why even use the Xbox app? You can't wait till you have access to that drop-down box to switch it to Steam. But Xbox, as always, continues to evolve. I guarantee you by version 3, this will be way better. Now, this right now is only good for cloud stuff. I can't launch locally installed stuff on my PC. This will just launch some cloud instances, but it's all there, right? You see my friends are here. I could join their parties, party chat with them. Hey, bro, all types of folks. Like, shout out to Hundo who always supports.
He's always playing on his Xbox.
Always on his Xbox. His Xbox, I think, is the box on his TV that powers everything. If he's watching YouTube, whatever he's doing, he's been using his Xbox since last generation, bro. That's what he does. definitely uses it. He puts it to that use, right? Doc Dart, shout out to him. Doc Dart, shout out to him when he gave me the realization that the upcoming 8-bit Dual Xbox controller, but even the current one, when it's in the dock, and shout out to him for shouting me out after I asked him, and I tweeted about that, where that controller, even the version 2 they have, you know how it comes with that little like cradle charger dock, right? As soon as you pick up the controller up out the dock, the controller wakes up. The dongle they give you to plug into your PC for it to work in controller, you can plug it instead to the charger dock. It's like a USB extension. So instead of using up 2 USBs, one for the dock to charge the controller and one for the dongle, no, there's a USB connector inside the dock, right? So that way you're only using one cable. And as soon as you pull the controller up out of the charger dock, it instantly wakes up the controller. It's quick to sync into the system, and it's active, and it's awake and active, right? And then you could be using your system either with your Xbox or your PC, and it also works with other handhelds. But I'm waiting for the new one because it will be more akin to an Elite with motion controls on top of that, like that Steam controller that I bought. But anyway, back to this. Like, this is all here. Can't wait to see when they integrate this and replace the current Xbox app that's on our PCs and Allies and other PC handhelds with this. This is what they need. But also, while it has the party chat and all that stuff integrated, what it doesn't have access to is like the other stuff you have in your console, like recording your video or streaming to Twitch or YouTube or installing games. That's not there yet because this is the cloud instance where you don't do any of that. But all that has to be integrated and you know, playing your music or other things like that. I'm sure.
I wonder if they're going to bring in the accessories app because,
right, the functionality of it.
Because the Elite controllers, you need that to configure your Elite controller.
Right.
And right now, I downloaded the accessories because I went to desktop mode. I went to the Microsoft store and I downloaded it. I went back to full experience. And it doesn't.
It's not there.
It's not there.
It doesn't. It's not there, and that's stupid. But thankfully, that app is already controller aware. Once you launch it, you can navigate it with your controller, but you have to go there. So there's those fit and finishes. You know, 4 was the 1.0. This is the 2.0. I too would hope they integrate it into that, but don't be surprised if they don't. This still doesn't have a launcher, right? And maybe that's the next thing they integrate into this. Is a launcher, or maybe they'll wait for the version 3, but it was pretty damn quick for how they went from version 1 to version 2. Version 1 was like November when the handheld came out, and it's only the end of January. Version 3 could be out April, March, or something. Who knows? Like they seem to be iterating.
Their show in June or something. I don't know.
Yeah, or the spring show of whatever it is. They're iterating quicker than I ever imagined they would. So shout out to Xbox and the hard work they're doing. I didn't expect all of this to be that quick and this polished, and this is once again off my web browser. I could hit F11 and show you that my web browser is active right now. That's all this is.
I don't want to see your background. You probably have some.
That's all this is. And hey, I finally got past 30K. And the other thing too, or just one last thing. You know, this is the most recent game I played. Achievement points. I finally passed 30K. Right. But the other thing I want to mention is, so
you don't play games.
I had mentioned how I had a bunch of achievement points, but that didn't unlock with this game, and I was real pissed off about it. Come to find out, the other day I launched it in the cloud, right, to test this. Yeah, it all popped up. All 10 achievements popped up, and that's when it bumped me past 30K. So I'm real happy about that, FYI. But yeah, bro, like. It's happening, bro. It's happening. I mean, a lot of people complain they need to do this because Steam is better. Steam is just an interface at the end of the day, and a fantastic interface that is evolved over time to be where it is. And it has features that Xbox definitely doesn't have, like when it comes to recording video, like Xbox has, but not to the ease of use that this has, that Steam has, where it comes to, like, for example, that Helldivers clip I put up, or that Call of Duty demo I did. Steam has a function where it auto records stuff, and it puts markers in the timeline, right? It'll give you a timeline we can edit. It'll put markers in the timeline where you died, or you got an achievement, or you beat a level. Things like, it knows what's in the game and puts little markers when you're trying to find like footage. It gives you options about what audio you want to record. If you're in Discord, you know, I figured out that, you know, next time I post a video from us playing Helldivers, I'll have the audio from that, right? Because it knows, there's an option. Once you pick that option, now it'll also record the audio from Discord, and that'll be there, right? Like this doesn't have any of that. Xbox can record stuff, but you'd have to export the audio back to your PC to do stuff with that video. We used to have Upload Studio back when the Xbox One launched, but they not too long after that they killed that. And I've always said, had they continued to evolve that, where would it be today? It would have been great to integrate when they first had Mixer, right? And imagine where it would be today, where that would be a key function that's probably web powered, like they have with Clipchamp built into it, right? So you can only imagine where Xbox is going to take this stuff in the future. And I feel like all this stuff, I'm showing you a bunch of tech stuff about how you use your shit, but it's really about playing the game.
Improve the streaming to Twitch. I know we have it, but
yeah,
it's so.
Add that to this. Right, the handhelds don't
so
have it.
Like do you want to stream? Yes, that's it. Done.
Yes, yeah. It doesn't give you a lot to do with it. You could put your camera too in the corner.
You can't even get the chat on there. I want to chat.
You can get the chat, but you can get a USB camera at very least, right? They've had that for thank God they at least have that. I want to chat too. I get it, but they're expecting you to have your phone, a tablet, or laptop next to you instead.
I want to talk shit and troll too.
Yeah, right. And you know what? But it's coming, and because they're iterating so quickly, I feel like now they have time and room in the future to do that stuff that we're asking for. And so, yeah, this is the new Xbox experience. I'm sure it'll come to the handhelds pretty soon on insider builds and stuff.
Are you saying my ROG is going to get that interface? What?
Oh, definitely. That's probably going to be the first.
You know, they're revamping achievements too. By the way, I don't know.
Yeah, they're revamping achievements. So let me go back to that console version
of the whole screen, like bing.
Yeah, because if you notice, like I said before, this was the desktop version. And then go back to the more console style, right? Where everything is bigger. Everything is bigger, but also like with the consoles. See the home, the launcher thing is up here. It's that same iconography.
You're so dirty.
Yeah. So the achievements. You see, I would look at my profile here. All that. Yeah. Naughty boys. And if I was stupid enough to want to leave the preview, I guess I hit it here. But I'm definitely not doing that. But yeah, everything is here. All the.
Do they have a 50-year-old mode? I'm just to make it even bigger.
Bro, look how big these icons is. It doesn't even fit in my. It doesn't even fit in the box. But also, I have my browser set to 150%, right? Because I'm 4K and I leave my desktop at 100%. I use the DPI thing within the browser itself.
Old man vision. Come on.
So it's really big, right? But for you, I don't use this mode. Now you guys need that with your failing eyes. So there you go. But for me, I use the desktop mode.
You gotta watch yourself, boy. That happens. That happens like over like that. I'm just saying it doesn't graduate.
Listen,
there's karma, dude. You making fun of us.
No. I'm already being hit in the other direction though.
Oh,
when it comes to far away vision, it's getting worse. I have microscope eyes, but the far away vision.
See, you're gonna need prescription. We just.
I already have. I'm a 4 eyes. Have you not seen what I look like? I wear glasses. I was 10 years old. Like there you go. I'm already been suffering with that. So it is what it is. But yeah, man.
It's gonna ask us, are you an AARP member? Yes or no? And then yes, it just blows everything up like 10x.
Hey man, that ain't too far away from me. But once again, Ninja Gaiden. And if you notice, all the art, just like on the Xbox console, with the art in the background is super high res. It's there here too.
Hey, did you say that game sucks?
I don't like how it's like the old Ninja Gaiden. It doesn't suck at all. I'm not saying that, right? I bought the game and I expected it to be tough as nails, but it's not my thing in terms of the fact that how you have like the double jump is super tight. The timing, is not tight. It's like you have to do it.
That screen, like there ain't much room on that flame.
Yeah, but you got to hang up there. Like you have to double jump exactly on the frame they're telling you. If you're one frame off or even, it seems like you're gonna miss the double jump, and that's gonna be your ass. Meanwhile, in Revenge of Shinobi, even Shinobi 3, they knew to fix that from Revenge of Shinobi, where it also had that.
It's like one of those games you have to have a plugged-in controller because the little latency on the wireless gets you killed.
Yeah, it'll get you killed, right? Look at this guy. Look at this guy spitting flames. There's two guys up here, and there's a dude with a gat. Like
with a gat. What the hell?
Yeah, like when look, the car teleporting.
Plug into your USB port, you'll get it.
But hey, thankfully it's on Game Pass and it's Play Anywhere all along, which I wish I had known when I bought it.
It looks colorful. I like the color.
Yeah. 2D game, sprite based game.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's that.
For the last 15 minutes, because I do want to get off at 9. Going back to a little bit what you guys talking about how consoles are on decline and the PCs are on the up and up. But PCs were like up at top of the totem pole already. It's like, what more up and up is there for PC?
Well, it's not about see, that's the other thing. Like console dudes, when they want to talk shit about PC, they act like PC is all $5,000 rigs or what. They always say that phrase, right? Mm-hmm. But also they also love to say that they know that most PC gamers don't have that when they're trying to talk shit from the other direction.
Yeah.
Right. But there's that other direction that's actually the truth. Some are super high end and spend thousands of dollars on their rigs.
Yeah.
But most people don't have super high end machines. They have something more mid range. The 1060 was what the most popular card for years. I owned one.
Yeah, but
that's a low end
sometimes
card.
It comes off when people say that PC is on the rise, but PCs has always been like the default. So what rise is there? No.
So I can I can answer that question.
Please do.
Because I think like I was reading reports that Sony is going to delay their PS6 possibly until after 2030.
By delaying it because of the consoles, because of the RAM situation.
Right. And I've said this before. I think we're going to see the end of generations. At least for Microsoft, this will be the end of generations because they're going to go with that hybrid PC, right? I think that we have reached. It's amazing when you go buy a TV, right? And you go and you look into fine details of the specs, and it says it's got like 30 billion colors and all that, and yet the human eye can only see like 2% of that.
Yeah,
I don't think visually. I don't even want it to get better, to be honest with you. I think we've kind of plateaued. I know. I see. Like, what was that mod for Cyberpunk where it looked like it was like real, like absolutely real? But remember, I was talking with you, Sick, and you're like, do you know what graphics card you would need to have that? Like, it's not going to work on anything else but a high end graphics card. I think we've reached a point where, especially if you're an older gamer like me, when you were living 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit, 64-bit, 128, and so on. Yeah. We have probably plateaued visually. Like I don't think we can get better. So what I hope that we do, because this generation obviously failed at this, is I think now we're going to maximize performance over visuals, which is something that a lot of us old hats have been saying, please, we should have done that. This generation to begin with, who gives a rip about ray tracing and that little huddle reflection you see in the background that no one gives a damn about. I think PC is going to do that. I think the other thing that PC is trying to do is trying to do it with less power. What's the term? Sick, power conservation. Power efficiency.
And I'll give you an example, right? Like the difference between, like a lot of people said, the Z2 Extreme that's in your allies, right? It doesn't really outperform my original Z1E by all that much, which is true, right? Performance, like peak performance, like the best level of performance in graphics. It's a little slightly bit faster, but nothing to write home about at all, right? But what the difference is, what I do at 30 watt with my system plugged in, you guys do at 17 on the battery, right? So that's the truth. Like if you run it at full tilt, the performance you get while better is only slightly better. Right.
I just we're not seeing the leaps and bounds like when we were a kid. You saw the Super Nintendo and you were like, "Holy shit! Look at the graphics on that Mario. Mario's actually got some cheeks."
Nah,
man.
you're playing with power, super power. I remember that ad like yesterday.
And those days are long behind us. Like even just comparing games from Xbox One or PS4 to PS5, it's barely different. And I'm just to the point now. I think it's gotten to the point where the industry has to make a decision. If they want to keep pushing the visuals and all that, the cost is going to dramatically increase because you need more power to do it. And I don't think from a business model that is. I'm not saying that there isn't going to be a premium option. There always is, and I actually think Xbox is their hardware is going to be more premium than some of the, and then PlayStation or Nintendo.
Yeah.
But then there's uber premium, and I just don't think it's going to be sustainable
Not
to
at
keep
all.
pushing this visual thing that we've seen this last gen. And I think it's going to be more performance. What can give you, you know, we've been driving to 60. I think now it's going towards 90 to 120 now.
20,
And it's like, I think it's going to be more towards performance and less on visuals.
I'll give you another example. I'll give you another example real quick. So Intel released or announced their new Panther Lake chips, right? And reviews have been coming out today and yesterday about the laptops, right? Now, if you're looking particularly at Linus Tech Tips, he did I believe an Acer model, or was it Asus? One of the two, right? Where it's a super thin and light one, right? But it has the high, and this is integrated graphics from a CPU laptop chip, right? That's better graphics or equivalent. No, it's better than what's in either one of your handhelds with Intel's XCSS, which is better than FSR because it's actually hardware, but not as good as NVIDIA DLSS. But for a handheld, even a little bit goes a long way, as we see with the Switch 2, right? But it's still a super thin and light laptop, right? The guy has great battery life but even a low-end, quote unquote low-end laptop like that is good enough for everything outside of gaming. And I don't mean like just enough. I mean more than enough, right? It's a fast chip to do everything else you do on a daily for your actual work. If it's spreadsheets or CAD work, some light CAD work, some office type stuff, programming, whatever the hell else, right? But also there's a Thunderbolt connector in there. So just like your handhelds, you know, you're on the go, work, whatever, you're student or whatever, you need a thin and light like the MacBooks or whatnot. You got that. When you get home, you plug into that dock, whether you might have a GPU or whatever if you're a gamer. You just plug that in now. Boom, you have horsepower for graphics and stuff when you're playing games. But even without any of that, that's more than enough to where it's more powerful than you guys' ROGs, right?
Right.
And a nice
but I'll even go. Let's even
battery life, and that's not super high end. And it's not. And my point is, it's not super high end at all. It's efficient. The power efficiency thing you were talking about. There's an example of it in practice, right?
Right. And my thing about the Rogue, was when people were, you know, when you had the console warriors talking shit.
It would be more expensive than those ROGs, though.
Well, they were like, well, it's not 4K. I don't care. Does it play 1080? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I would have been happy this gen with 1080. To be honest, on most games, 1080 is good enough for me. I'm not into.
That was still like even now the Series S, especially now that we see this generation going to be living longer, which I always knew, right? Now the Series S is really showing improvement. Now that we're on the second half of this generation, where PlayStation can't depend on a bunch of ports from the PS4 that they're running at better speeds because they're really a bunch of PS4 games, right? Like they ran through all of that a while ago, and now they have no software and have it for well over a year. I'm not talking shit, just talking facts, right? Now you see what the problems is, right? Now you see even with their Pro, games are performing superior on the Series X, right? Space Marine being a fantastic example, and there are many other examples. And the examples where the Pro does better are far and few between. And I'm not, once again, not shit talking, just talking facts, because this is what Microsoft knew to implement. And now when times are tough, right, and people are not buying consoles, if you bought into next gen now, you're straight. But realize too, you're going to be on there way longer than you thought. And this was something I was saying from the beginning. Everybody thought this generation was going to end at 5 years, and maybe it would have. But number one, the pandemic fucked up development of software, and now this RAM apocalypse is forcing manufacturers to optimize and everything else that I ranted about last week, which thank God for that. I'm not mad at this RAM apocalypse because in the end, it's pushing everything out to the way it should have been if people were making sense, because you can't push hardware and specs all day. And as a hardware and spec dude. I'm saying that, and because it's true, and thank God for that. In the end, this Rampox is a blessing. Like, these developers have to sit there and optimize their shit. They can't depend on new hardware to build them out of bad design and not putting work into development and trying to just push a game out before it's ready, because they will fall flat and they can't afford no flops right now. Good.
Go ask the question. I will answer it. This is: would you be okay with the next Xbox only moderately better, but cost 500, 600?
I don't need that.
But I don't think they can do that. I don't.
They can't
unless
do that.
they subsidize it. Unless they subsidize it, which they said they're not going to.
Right.
$500, $600 consoles are over. Like, I mean, and the reason why I say that is, and anybody who wants to dispute, fine, you could disagree all you want. How much was the Switch 2?
How much did you get out of it performance wise?
And what's the performance compared to a Series X?
Or even a Series X?
And you're talking about something being moderately better than the Series X, being $500, $600. No,
that's not happening. That's not happening.
The next consoles are going to be at least $800 to $1,000.
Moore's law is dead, because Moore's law is dead. That's why.
I mean, it's just it's never. But Copilot said they could do it. Yeah. I've been reading your comments about AI. Go. You must be in the industry, because you and I see a lot of things the same way. So, I mean, it's like and I'm not even anti AI. There's some things that AI does very, very well, but they want to tell you it does everything well, and it's like, nah, not exactly.
Not exactly. So, but it is what it is with all of that. But yeah.
No, but to answer, so we can try to get out here at 9.
Yeah.
To answer Tech's question, I think Gogo's right. He made a comment earlier about he doesn't think consoles will be dead. He thinks they'll be moving towards hybrids.
Upgradability, hybrid,
right. And which by the way, I don't even like saying that, because consoles is a computer. Like it is a computer. But
it's a locked down computer. That was
exactly.
Issue, right?
I mean, I get it. I get it, right? But it's still a computer. And so, I mean, and the parts on these things are getting more and more like PCs all the time. They're just, like you said, they're locked down. And I think they're going to open it up. I even think PlayStation is going to open it up too, because they have to. And what I was saying to Realist was, as far as the home run comments, I just don't see a lot of games selling 10 million plus copies anymore, because there's so many games now.
Yeah.
I do think what I do want to see, and this will be pretty controversial with some people, I don't want to see as many games being developed anymore. I think it needs to slim down, because I think there's a lot of trash games that don't have a lot of quality. I think one of the reasons why I say that home runs don't exist as much anymore is because games are on a much tighter schedule that they have to get out, and they're not ready half the time. And you're not going to get the home run.
The quality of the games that we have now is way better when the 360 or Xbox One, because they had shovelware like crazy.
There's more shovelware now than there was in Xbox One. There is. I mean, there's an article.
I'm not paying attention.
No. There's an article.
Another way to say it too, right? Just real quick to just end it, because I know he's trying to end at 10 and we're already past, right? Yep. It's what I said earlier about the PS5 was running a bunch of PS4 games, and now they've run out, right? That's all they really did. They did the specs enough so they could run old gen shit better, right? But now they run out of that old gen shit to sell, and now they're screwed.
You know what I want to see? I'll tell you what I want to see. I want to see the return of the AA.
Yeah,
I want to see the renaissance of the AA games.
That's why we already have these little indies. The indies that can step up and evolve, I think, will become the AA's before the AAA.
Yes, but when I'm talking about shovelware games, though, Tech, like there's an article on True Achievements. They actually looked at all of 2025, and half of the achievements that were released in 2025 are for $4 games. That's what I mean by shovelware. And there's so much of it. Steam 90% of the shit on there is shovelware. I mean, it is. I mean, there's so much stuff. It's like I would not be upset if the cycle slowed down a little bit and they actually spent more time. Now, what I'm saying will most likely not happen because time is money, money's time. So I just I would like to see better quality games that are actually finished upon release and not where we play the first month with a bunch of bugs and wait till they iron it out.
Right. Yeah. Right. Because we already have enough on the backlog. We already have, and I hear this all the time from people who want to speak narratives. Oh, this is that and dead. But then they're like, you know what? In the end, if it was to all die tomorrow, it don't even matter to me because I have so much stuff to play. And that's the part that's true, right? Right. And they're coping with high strength copium for sure. Right? When they say the other shit that leads to them to finally say that real truth there at the end. And I think that's where we're going to leave it for today because I know we're trying to dip out because it's been past 10 and we already talked enough. But there is one last thing I want to say super duper quick. I swear, super duper quick. So, dude, listen, I always like being here and being a YouTuber is tough and it takes work, right? And I apologize to those who expected more videos out of me already. And I recorded one, it messed up. I recorded it twice. I recorded another one today.
I swear,
it messed up. It messed up again. But hey, you know what? It'll be take 3, and I'll be more concise and to the point. And
release it with no bugs.
Right, but right, and on top of that, I won't like nearly kill the device that I'm trying to demonstrate on the video. Right, that would be great. Like I almost did with that arcade. Without
like even just a simple unboxing, sometimes it takes me a few takes just to. I have to wrap it back up again.
Yeah. And
I gotta box everything back up, do it again.
That twice. Like I said, I've done it twice and then lost the footage on some tech mistake shit. But listen, man, I can't believe I have got 99 subscribers. One away from that 100. And to me, just a mere 100 is crazy to me, right? Because I don't put out a lot of content. I've only put a couple of things here and there. Lately, I've been putting out more stuff, and that's cool. And I get a couple of views here and there. And sometimes they hit like the Xbox full screen experience video. If you look up Xbox full screen experience, you're gonna see my video. That's one of the more viewed.
Dude, even if you do like a 2-minute video.
Yes.
Like do a quick one.
Yeah.
Like just keep putting them out.
What are you talking about? You got 100 subscribers.
No, it said 99. It said 99 in the thing. It says 99.
But I wasn't subscribed to you until now.
Motherfucker, you weren't. I'm 100 subscribers. This motherfucker. How would you not subscribe to me?
I thought I was. I went and checked.
No,
even if you do like
it pleases me to be the 100th.
All right, yeah, bro, that's cool. But yeah,
but I know that takes time too because you got to edit all the trash talk that's in there, like and all the pauses that you do because you don't want to put that out there. You want to cut.
Pull up his channel. Pull up his channel. Says 100 subscribers now.
It says 100 subscribers now, but I'm seeing it in the studio thing. I got 100 viewers. Oh,
you know what? He's happy and he's pissed at me at the same time. It's beautiful, actually. Like,
no, but you know what? I'm not even pissed. I am happy
at me because I'm bad about liking stuff because usually I use like.
Oh, he busts my ass all the time.
I use like as like a bookmark, right?
So yeah, but I always give you a like
because I want to go back and look at something, you know.
So he'll put a video out, right? He'll put it on their chat. Hey man, check this video, and I'm like, yeah, it looks good. And he goes, why don't you put a like on there?
Or maybe it's Google Poll.
Oh,
he'll tell me. He goes, put a like on there, will you?
Oh no, you have 101 now. I just
Google Poll he said in the chat, I'm 101 now. All right, bro, listen, man, minor achievements, 101. It's there's one step at a time, bro. One step at a time. I'm not trying to be super big YouTuber.
So you're now officially 3 digits until you piss people off, and then you go back down to 2.
Right. And I piss people right. But hey, man, it all takes one step at a time.
But what others say that is like other YouTubers say it like the advice they give, like pick a niche, and then you'll fly with that because like with mine started with like Minecraft shit.
Yeah.
I don't even play Minecraft. I just happen to put out a whole bunch of videos on Minecraft. And my subscriber count just went like off the roof, right? I mean,
nice.
Considering
now they use AI videos they create AI videos to pump their numbers up, and it's like,
yeah.
I guess the best way of making it on YouTube is just being phony.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that.
But it seems to be so here.
What's up, guys? Well, today. Hello.
Be dumb and stupid and say things and if it's racist or whatever, they don't care. It makes some money, and it's just so.
What's up, guys? Well, today check out a new game. Let's all check out. Yay! And like, oh, I hate that. I hate that personality. Just be you, man. And I know that doesn't always fly for everybody, but still, it's like,
yeah.
I hate the character.
What it is, right?
I hate.
I just don't like. I can tell when someone says something, and literally, like, not everybody is a good liar. There's not very many good liars. Yeah. Most people suck at it.
But
they suck at it as much as they go to a poker table. And I could tell 80-90% of them, when they have these conversations that get all these views and stuff, I'm like, I can tell you literally do not believe what you're saying.
But the ones that I despise are the ones that react like a cartoon. Oh my God! And they slam their table and like get on their chair. I'm like, dude, it's a reveal. It's like, you don't need to do all that animated shit.
I don't. Yeah. Like, you seen like the wrestling response videos are kind of like that. It's like, okay, that was cool, but good Lord, you're crying? Like, it ain't that cool.
That I will
never
can't
do that.
And if I ever do play a character, it's because I'm making fun of the character.
I can't. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna be like Dr. Disrespect and put an AI image that I was invited to a video game launch when I never really was and got called out on it. I thought that was so sad. I was like, are you serious? And then he's all, shows how much we're far away from him. No, dude, you got caught. Okay, you got caught. It's sad. You don't have the stroke that you used to anymore. And by the way, I used to be a fan of you several years ago, like until you started going off on the deep end on certain shit. I'm like,
a lot of people like that I stopped following that I used to follow.
I mean, the amount of people like that. I mean, he's not the only one. There's several people I followed. Like when they first started, are like, yeah, all right, pretty cool, entertaining, and then they start getting red pilled or something like that, and start or talking to
the one that
people
got
half their age.
And he's no longer with us. Was Lamar Wilson. I could not stand his shit.
And you know what? That just goes to show the fact that the fact that he's no longer with us, right? It just goes to show the fact that he was extra animated like that. There were things behind the scenes in between his ears that were going on, right? And maybe it was the sign of something that people didn't see, because everybody who speaks to him said he was this kind, positive person. But I too felt the same way about the way it was just so over the top and fake to me. And I don't want to say it. I'm not trying to speak ill of
I
his
never
dead
found it entertaining.
Whatever.
I never found
it entertaining evening either. But what I'm saying is, I feel now in hindsight, now that he's gone, rest his soul, that maybe that was just because of the problems he had going on, right, in his mind and heart, and he was just like, and unfortunately,
well, it's first of all, it's a tough gig to make money in. I mean, you're spending all this time putting yourself out there, and you have to, and everybody else is giving you shit. And then you have to, if you're doing it right, you're spending all that time editing and shit like that. That takes a lot of time. That's the reason why when I hear people, well, YouTuber's not a real job. Actually, it is.
But very hard work.
But it's very hard to do, and it's very hard to make a consistent income in.
Well, just in video editing itself. When I do my little family ones, my little 3-minute videos, those would take me like 3 hours to make.
Yeah.
And that's just.
I did documentaries in college that would take me full semesters.
I'm just cutting them up.
Full semesters to edit, man.
But also,
Final Cut Pro.
One last thing I want to say is I think maybe it wasn't even about the money, because I mean his money was pretty good from what we've seen, but you never know, right? But also I think he wanted that views, the eyes on him. It's a need to feed.
It's like a drug.
It's a drug. You want that attention, right? And bro, this is why I fall back to thinking, you know, what was going on.
Even when I'm playing games, a lot of times when I'm playing video games, I really don't care to have people watch me play video games. It's not like
I'd rather edit up a clip of an event that happened during the game. Right.
I mean,
or like, people walking and interacting with us. That's cool too, I guess, but not so much to
me dropping that big giant alien was cool.
Perform for people. I'm not trying to perform for people. I'm just trying to have fun. And if funny stuff happens and you happen to be there watching it live, that's cool. But you know, we'll chop up whatever cool things that happen, like that boss.
But you and me getting our ass handed to us for about 30-40 minutes before that probably wouldn't have been enough fun having everybody watch us do that.
So if we were big enough and people are laughing with us, have been watching the whole thing, they might have found that funny too. What
they you know what they be doing? They're like, you should have listened to Sick, Garrett. You should have listened to Sick. He told you to clear out that shit before you went. You wanted to go straight to the.
You want to go straight? What? Pause.
Yep. Pause.
All right, man. Let's get out of here. Good night. See you next time. Oh, so what's next week? I don't know what's next.
Hey, it's gonna be. Hey, next week it's all in the 60s, buddy.
Yeah,
60s.
boy.
I love it.
It's like early summer.
All right, we're out of here. Bye.
Later.